Good evening. How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to a special edition of the Can We Be Frank show. We have a special guest. I called them up and I harassed them and I said, I need you to come on the show. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, you guys, and we can free fall here because hopefully I don't get kicked off anywhere because of all the stuff I'll be talking about. We have Brother Jay. Brother Jay, hello, sir. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, sister. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I am doing great. So I am so happy that you came. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. But first and foremost, I want to thank you, Brother Jay, for this opportunity. I want you to kind of tell people a little bit about who you are and what you've been doing and all the things that you do, and then we can go from there.
Yes, sister, and thank you for inviting me to come. Shout out to all the people who are listening. I am Brother Jay. I've been a long time in a sense, the years add up, a digital creator, also a local TV producer on public access television in my area of Louisiana, and also a radio host for a number of years also, um, and a creator of a music entertainment, only music entertainment magazine show for the last 15 years on the public access channel. So not only a community activist, videographer, I document a lot of things happening in the community, and also just trying to inform the community and let people decide for themselves where we should be heading in these days and times.
Is that all you have, sir? I know it's a lot more.
Yeah, well, I produce a couple of shows for and then help influence other people or support other people in their endeavors for what we call now video podcasting, and also influence people on getting involved in media. You know, that's my
Mm-hmm.
background.
Mm-hmm.
Photographer, videographer, also.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. And how long we've been knowing each other now, Brother Jay?
Wow, seems like a lifetime.
Yeah.
I, I can't count the years, sister, but
Oh my God. We go back. We go
yeah.
back, you guys. We
Yeah.
go back.
And I always gauge when we did talk shows when we was on this other the first radio station in
Mhm.
Louisiana. I know you've been doing it for a good while, but I gauged myself when I started out over there at the let's say in Louisiana, the old KJCB 770 AM, a
Mhm.
stalwart of the community uh, station that it helped inform the people. So I started counting my days back then, but I was doing the video, let's say videography and documenting things and putting it on local public access TV a couple of years before that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. I think I've been doing this. Oh gosh,
Uh-huh.
I started in digital radio, online radio. That's where I
Mhm.
started, and then I
Yeah.
went to terrestrial radio. And then when I started doing the videos, I think it was in 2000, between 2008 or
Yeah.
2009. And that's when I started really like rolling with the activism part. Um, really like, and I think that's like when my partnership um, with Brian Coleman, God rest his soul, rest in peace, Brian Coleman Sr. And we rolled for about 5 or 6 years before he passed away. Yeah. So, and then I got invited on his show as his co-host when he was at KTTP.
Right.
And so we became, that's when we really, really start really rolling hard with the videos and the activism, all of it came together. Um, yeah, so it's been some years I've been doing this. I know it's got to be about, I'll say about going on close to what, 17 years I've
Yeah.
been doing this. Because
Yeah.
again, I started on digital radio.
Hmm.
So, I mean, online radio. My blog talk show ran for 14 years. So, yeah, this has been a long journey that we've been
Yes.
doing this work. And then we
Oh,
had
yeah.
to meet Brother Jay, and we like clicked off from, we like, just when we first met, we were, that was it. And
Yes.
we've been friends. He's been a very good help to me, showing me things, teaching me things. Um, Always is good to have someone like that. And you know what? Um, Lots of people don't understand when a male and a female adults can have interaction without it being um, uh, a friendship that doesn't go to something else, because we both, we don't work like that. And I think sometimes in this business, this activism business, and doing the work that we do, people don't realize it's work. It's work and it's passion. It has nothing to do with anything else. um and people don't understand that. And I've always been good with other males. I work with other males. That has, I've always done that, so it's not really a big deal to have a relationship with a male when it comes to doing the work, because it's about the work. And sometimes people misinterpret that, or they have their own insecurities they try to lay on your
Hmm.
relationships, and it's not like that. Definitely not like that. Just with my prior experiences and work ethics, I worked with men. I worked with a lot of men. So to sometimes people take it as, oh my God, your husband let you do that. Your husband it's not anything like that. Because hey, I'm going to do whatever it takes to do what I have to do. And it's not even about all that extra stuff. This is about making things happen. It's about informing the people. It's about the passion. It's about seeing things happen. It's about giving out the information. And we've been doing that for a while. We have definitely been doing that for a while. And I do definitely enjoy it. And I don't see it any other way. And me and Angie supposed to still take our Jamaica trip to get away from y'all too.
Yes.
Um, but I don't know if we want to go to Jamaica now. Things are so rough right now. I don't think we're gonna go to Jamaica. We'll have to pick
Yeah,
another place.
yeah, you know my running joke. You might not be allowed to come back into the
Yeah, we
country.
might not be allowed to come back into the States, so we ain't gonna do Jamaica.
Yeah. Yes.
um, so tonight, you guys, we're having a special edition or a special episode because there's so much going on, and me and Brother Jay don't get a chance to talk as much because he's busy with open line radio and what he does with AOC. He does a wonderful job with AOC. They had an award tonight. What that was about a month ago,
Yes.
and Mr. J here, he racked up with presentations and awards. So he works very hard with AOC, and he's been doing it for a long time. So, and it feels good to be part of that too. Even though I didn't win no awards because I'm kind of fresh, I'm a newbie in the scene. Um, I enjoy the encouragement that I get doing my show,
Right.
the Empower Her talk show with AOC. You guys, we don't have that here in Alexandria. We don't have where an organization pushes us to give out information and have the ability, the capability, the technology to do what AOC does in Lafayette. We have, a matter of fact, Brother Jay has produced some of the Universal Collective Network TV shows up there, and we brought Mr. Fuller has been up there with us. Mr.
Yes.
Porter has been up there with us, doing shows up there. So
We had a
Brother
couple
Jay
of attorneys. The young
has,
lady
yeah,
who's an attorney concerning one of the
Benita,
cases. Yeah.
yes, Benita. We've done shows. Dr. Bowles, have you've done shows with Dr.
Yeah.
Bowles up there? Oh yeah, you guys. I'm telling you, it's sad that we don't have that same setup that we have in Lafayette. So we have to go to Lafayette to do any live shows. We can go to Lafayette and do it. And like we said, you have to become a member of their organization. So with your membership, you have benefits with your membership. And because I thought it was important for us to be, to be able to do that, I wound up being a member. And I think I'm on my second year of being a
Yes.
member. I'm not for sure. I
Yes.
think the second
Yes.
year of
Even
being
though
a member there.
you have done countless shows over there,
Yeah,
because
I have.
you got one show
Yes.
you did with the attorney concerning the Victor White case.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Look, that one, the late brother Shabazz, I'm sorry, I said Shabazz,
Takuna
Takuna.
Shabbat.
I'm sorry, Shabazz. Yeah. Show I did with brother Takuna.
Yeah.
I forgot all of that, you
Yeah.
guys. So I've got some history up there with AOC, but we're here to talk about what's going on. We just wanted to kind of go down memory lane because we hadn't had a chance to do that. So, yeah, so we want to talk. We had this special episode on because I want to really get into what's going on now, and I don't want us as a people to get distracted from whatever our ultimate goals are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes we find ourselves doing it. I know with me, I'm getting, I think I'm getting too into it, and I got to kind of step back because I was on a roll today. If anybody was reading my post today, I was really just being myself, I guess. But I want to talk about the ideal of the guy Charlie Kirk. I want to talk about the ideal that, I don't know if you saw that or not, Brother Jay, where they had bomb threats and shooting threats
Yes.
at our HBCUs. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was 4 of them
Yes.
today. Let me see if I can find that information. Um,
Yeah, there was one at Southern, Bethune-Cookman. Uh,
uh-huh. Um, Virginia was another one.
mhm.
Let's see who else. Let's see.
A
Um,
number of the universities, uh,
huh?
a number of the black colleges, universities.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. Hold up. Let me do this. Let me put this in here. Hmm. Yeah. So, and like everybody keeps saying, we have nothing to do with this.
Yes.
Nothing. Why
Yes.
are you guys harassing us? Why are you making it hard for us? So hold up. Let me see here. This is not what I want to see.
It's so crazy how a significant issue can distract from other
Mm-hmm.
news that's going on. You know, you currently America stands on the brink of World War III, because whether or not I support the issue of what they're going to do in the Ukraine, the issue is
Mm-hmm.
that you can cause a chain reaction. For instance, with what Russia is doing now
Mm-hmm.
with Poland and flying drones into over their airspace. So
Mm-hmm.
that and we could stick our head in the sand and say that's we don't have nothing to do with that. But if war erupts,
Mm-hmm.
we gonna be affected somehow. Whether we sit home
Mm-hmm.
and see everything turned upside down, someone declaring martial law, someone saying, "Well, we got to sacrifice." I mean, we got some madmen in power right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got a madman, and not to say the rest was any better, but right now we got a certified nutcase, and I use these 3 words to describe him. Adverb, adjective, whatever. He's an idiot. He's
Mm-hmm.
racist, and he's corrupt as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we have to pay attention to where we, we on the road, we got a drunk driver, a couple of drunk drivers approaching. We got to pay attention because we still on this road. And that's kind of afraid we getting caught up, like we sticking our heads in the sand.
Yeah, exactly. Real quick here, let me see.
Have halted activities after receiving potential threats against their campuses. The lockdown measures come in the wake of yesterday's shooting of Charlie Kirk, though officials have not linked any of those threats to that shooting. Our Alex Brachet joins us now with more. So what are we learning about the threats and the lockdowns and where it's taking place, Alex?
Yeah, Kira. So we're tracking now at least 7 of these HBCUs that have been under lockdown in the past 24 hours following that assassination of Charlie Kirk. That includes Alabama State, Hampton, Virginia State, Southern, Bethune-Cookman, Clark Atlanta, and also Spelman there in Atlanta. Now, some of these universities have already begun the process of lifting these lockdowns or shelter in places. Others have, like Southern, have actually extended those through the weekend. They canceled classes through the weekend, which at this moment, that is the longest extension of this lockdown. But I can tell you that the FBI has released a statement. I don't know if we have a full screen of it, but it does say that the FBI takes these threats very seriously because it puts innocent people at risk. While we have no information to indicate a credible threat, we will continue to work with our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners to gather, share, and act upon threat information as it comes to our attention. But I can tell you that we've been in touch with a number of students, including some on the campus of Hampton. Our team has, and as you might imagine, Akira, I mean, this is really shaking a lot of these young students up. There's fear of uncertainty and also possible violence as this is yet another instance of their campuses being threatened.
And I see civil rights leader Reverend Al Sharpton responding to this as well, Alex, saying political violence or acts of hate get us nowhere. We can march, we can debate, but we cannot cause physical harm to those we disagree with. Alex Brachet, thank you.
Stop sharing that. So as you can, hold up, I'm sorry. Okay. So as you can hear, okay, so what I heard what he said was there's no credible threat. So what does having no credible threat mean?
I guess meaning there's no real proof that someone was trying to do anything nefarious. I guess that's what he meant credible. I guess it might be some bogus stuff that they think is bogus, So that's where when it comes to Black institutions and concerns of Black folks, they're not, law enforcement always put us on the back burner of concern.
That's what I kind of took with that too, is the idea that they're saying, okay, it's not credible. We don't know if it's actually going to happen. But that's the first time I hear it. Now, let me say something, and I caught this word, and I definitely want to say something about this word. So what this word political violence, when did that word, I'm not saying it's not a word that was already out there. I just don't remember hearing that before.
Well, absolutely. And I take issue with to use those two words together. Political violence will not be tolerated. Hell no, violence. There's no such thing as when you say, and then when they say political disagreement, this is not political. You got an avowed racist clown, idiot, and don't get me started on Charlie Kirk. And you saying what he's doing is just being political, and that's just the opposite side of what the others believe. Hell no, it's not. It's not even right. So I don't even buy those words put together, political violence.
I've never heard of that.
There's no such thing as political violence. There's violence and there's no violence.
Exactly. And you know what? To show you that they're using it in a different context or the incorrect context, it says a political violence is violence which is perpetrated in order to achieve political goals. That's what political
Yeah.
violence is. That's not. There's no goal in killing somebody. I mean,
So
there's
when you say
nothing.
those words together, sister, you're making it a thing. It's a regal thing. Well, let's do political violence. We're not gonna do the other violence tonight. Let's do
Yeah,
political violence. That's so crazy.
yeah,
But that's
it
to
don't.
justify the opposite of what
Mhm.
these other people believe to say when they do something, that's political violence. You know,
Exactly,
that
exactly.
I mean, these white supremacists and people like them, they have been using word salad and word play for a long, long time. You know,
Hmm.
I could go back and hearken to some articles about Nazi Germany and
Hmm.
how they use words to help achieve their goals of violence back in the day.
Exactly. The propaganda, they get a list of words that they use to push the narrative that they want out there. So political violence has nothing to do with what happened to that man. He
Yeah,
got
yeah.
killed.
Even so, if they were using that's even so. That's I saw. I mean, they showed a picture of a white boy. You know, the way we speak
And
down south.
yeah.
Uh, they showed a picture of a white boy. Well, you should be addressing the white boy.
Hmm. But the thing is, y'all, and me and Brother Jay had this conversation prior to us doing the show. It's so fascinating to me that they didn't have nobody. Then they got a picture of
Mhm.
somebody, and it's a foggy picture. It's
Uh-huh.
not really. It's real grainy. And if anybody know who this is, contact y'all. And
Yeah,
they play the
yeah.
same
They've been playing.
game
They're playing that fiddle
over,
good.
over, over again. When are we? When are we? I'm talking about us. They holler wokeness and all this. When are we going to realize America? And I told you guys a long time ago on this show, America is a stage. America is the stage.
Right.
And I told you before, you always have to go behind the curtains. And I said, question everything, everything, because this happened at the very same time that a school shooting happened in Colorado,
Uh-huh.
Evergreen High School. It's same time, around the same time. And
It
then look at
also
the
happened in the
date.
middle of an extreme news cycle
Yes.
on Epstein. Whether or not I'm worried about it or not, uh, the issue of a lot of things coming to the surface,
Hmm.
and and I'm gonna say this: those in that administration, and especially the orange one, he
Yeah,
would sacrifice his mama if he knew that would get him out of hot water.
that's right. You're right. You're so right. He sure
So
would.
what I'm seeing here, and I'm gonna say it right off the top for the listening audience, and sister, you always did remind me, and you would say, "Boy, that sounds like a sacrifice." Well, in this case, I thought, you know, it came the long way around for me.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
you, who has more to gain than anybody else, if there was to cause an uproar with his base, who's slowly moving away from him because of the Epstein child
Hmm.
predatory whatever situation he might or might not be in. It was
Hmm.
slowly move. So who would gain that
Yeah.
more? Who would gain more from this incident? And not only him, because you know what, I think he's on his way out physically and mentally, but
Hmm.
that Project 2025 mentality people that he got around him, like Stephen Mastermind Miller,
Hmm.
they would
Hmm.
gain from this. They would gain power. They
Yeah.
can use that to have more people on their side, to tap down on the other side who's pushing against them. I mean, they have more to gain than anybody else.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. So, and the ideal that it's like everything just seems like,
Stagecraft in a movie, a slow
oh
motion
my
movie.
God. I mean, and this is happening in real time, and it's happened quickly. Like, yeah, right behind each other. They
Mhm.
already gonna fly him his funeral. They're gonna fly his casket. In Air Force Two. You know,
Yeah,
and the ideal
you being
on
a
our
military
dime,
person, you won't fly on that.
exactly, on our dime, because believe it or not, taxpayers are paying for Air Force Two. Okay, just like it's paid for Air Force One. So we're paying for him to, and they're literally holding this man up like he is a god.
Like he was
And
Martin, you know, and even comparison to Martin Luther King, a racist, someone who want to see me in the gas chamber similar to Nazi Germany, a racist, we should uplift him. It does not make any sense that they could dumb down our, let's say our community, that's what I'm worried about, to think that way, or even if we scared. I saw a post from Alvin Kamara. I used to think he's a decent running back for the New Orleans Saints. Well, you know, we need to just pray for, because respect is respect. Some kind of bull. Man, you need to run the goddamn ball and make a touchdown and make sure the Saints win this year, because you will probably
I
be on the
saw
losing
that.
side. Instead of worrying about that bull. You know, I'm sorry. I had to say it that way, sister.
No, you're right. You're right. I think I'm with you on that 100%. The ideal that we're getting so caught up with this.
They're getting
You know
notables in the black community to come out, and the pressure, I mean, what you seen, the way Trump operated, he showed you who he really is, and I keep telling people he don't care nothing about the MAGA crowd. He don't care nothing about the white supremacists, even though he's a white supremacist. He learned all this from the Roy Cohen playbook, the no good lawyer that died a horrible disease of HIV. He learned at playbook because he dealt with mafia figures. So what he's doing now is getting all his people together, the Project 2025 boys, and these others, corporations and so forth. The York, they got a guy named his last name is Yorkin. He's the person who believes in some type of situation where corporations should be Curtis Yarbin. Read about Curtis Yarbin. Corporations should be like a kingdom. The people at the top of the money should rule everybody else based on race also. And they got different groups that he's consulting with. So Trump would not mind losing a Charlie Kirk when he got many of them like him, and using that to do what the brown shirt, what happened to the brown shirts in Nazi Germany. What happened? The brown shirts beat down the people, killed the people, ran all the Jews off, took over power from Germany, from the legitimate government without any blood being shed. I mean, they had some blood. And then when the brown shirts got too powerful, Hitler had the SS he created kill them. This is the playbook they're using, and we don't see it.
Exactly. I have a short video of him saying, why should we get reparations? And I want to share that with you guys.
Okay.
So for all you guys who's, oh my God, he's still a human, black folks, I want you to hear this.
Yeah.
And it just, this is what he said. Hold up. Okay.
Guilt because I breathe? Why should the white students here have to work harder to pay for black kids? What is that all about? Should black people get reparations?
I believe they should.
So I, white man, have to play for black people. Why?
Wow, that's a really selfish thing you
just
said.
Hold on. Why should I have...
That's a really non-empathetic thing to say.
Why should I have empathy for a race? I have white guilt because I breathe? Why should the white students here have to work harder to pay for black kids? What is that all about?
Not every black person has lineage connected to slaves.
That's
and
true.
Every white person doesn't have lineage connected to slaves.
Yes, that's right. So since every black person doesn't have a lineage connected to slaves, why should we generalize and say reparations for black people?
Because there are people that are in a worse place.
So over 150 years, they didn't have any ability to make better decisions, to save money, and to invest. How about you take responsibility for your own actions instead of blaming the white man? Should black people get reparations?
Okay, now, historically, let's talk about what he just said. Now, the ideal that he would even make that type of comment about why, because for one thing, the young man, and I'm not taking nothing from the young man, He should told them they gave Japanese reparations, they gave Asians reparations, they
Right.
even gave Germans, Jews reparations. That's why you should give us reparations. And you did us far worse than you did any of those other races of people. Far worse. That's why you should give us reparations. And why should they pay for it? Because most of the time, their family lineage has a lot to do with it. And when we, in those 150 years, and I was saying this today on my TikTok live, we, every time, and this is what I want our Black people to understand. That's why you're not going to get me to have no sympathy for this man. You're not going to get me. I don't care what you say, God and all that. I don't care. The whole thing is, every time Black people try to do something for themselves, you said you wanted to separate from us, right? So in the 1950s and the 40s, we separated. Every time we would try to create our own communities, our own businesses, everything that we tried to create on our own, y'all came over there and destroyed it. Everything. You got to think, I'm not only talking about Tulsa, I'm talking about all the different communities we set up for ourselves. We had thriving businesses, right? We had schools. We had our own schools. I was looking today, there was a young lady, I can't remember her name. She had a school in Nashville. They harassed her so much where they got her school closed down. So everything that we've tried to create for ourselves, they came in and destroyed it. So quit hollering about you want to be separated from us. No, you want to be separated from us because it's only when it benefits you. Let's think about redlining. And I'm gonna play something else that happened to the mayor of Baltimore.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, if you want to separate, if you want to go back to the 1950s where we going through the back door and we sitting on the back of the bus, leave us the hell alone. We'll get our own. We had our own bus line. Do y'all know we had our own bus line at one time? Everything that we've tried to do on our own, since he's sitting up there making that uneducated comment, you guys came in and destroyed it.
So one significant thing he said. You
bombed our schools. You bombed our stores. You bombed anything that we touched. You burnt them up. And you harassed and killed people. And a lot of them never was prosecuted for killing our people and lynching them. Didn't even go, the courts wouldn't even do anything with them.
Sister, one significant thing he said was he don't have any empathy for another race. And he said it a bunch of times, a lot of times. So I want to tell our people, and now I'm on their case, and I'm not saying I'm the leader of the free world in the Black community, but people, come on, this does not make any logical sense for you to have empathy for your enemy who wants to kill you. When he said that, he don't mean he don't give a damn about your life.
That's true.
Every white person doesn't have.
Go ahead, sister.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I was finishing up with the empathy thing, but people should pay attention about the way they use words, and they reverse it on us, and they get us to hating each other. And I'm gonna give you an example. I said this, and I think you and I talked about this, and I don't know if your audience heard that, and I'm pretty sure they could decide for themselves. Just use the example. If you take billions and billions of dollars out of this big, ugly bill that they just passed, and you then give it to create a super police force that have a police force that has no rules, no constraints, no oversight, and send them out into communities of people of color, especially what you've seen in DC. What are you telling people? You're telling people you don't give a damn about you, and we can kill you, and we want to have control over you. So this is Charlie Kirk. This is Charlie Kirk's America. I go back further for what I said on the show yesterday. I used the, I think I talked, I don't know if I talked to you about it, and we talked about that. The Family Guy meme with, what's his name? The father being pulled up in the car by the police, and they got this chart of color chart, almost like some shades of lipstick. And, okay at the top, a couple of shades, and at the bottom, not okay. This is the America Charlie Kirk wants. So someone got angry at me yesterday when that happened. I first posted that Charlie Kirk's America. Well, I mean, I'm basing this on logic. We right now not dealing on logic. We letting spiritual and so-called moral attitudes that's screwed up get in the way of us thinking logical human beings living on the earth. You have an enemy here, and you have yourself over there. I'm not gonna have no enemy for somebody who's trying to destroy me. You know,
exactly.
And our people need to get that straight. That's why we in the same place. Most of us in the same place in life.
Exactly. You're right. You're so right. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that. Let me see. I'll see if I can find
that was done after 9/11 on Family Guy.
It sure was. You are so right.
So that was timely, you know, for what this administration is doing, and the people around him. So what I think what it is, they're in a big game, a basketball game. That's just their one big shot to take control and do away with it. United States was built on racism, and corruption, and that's their one big shot at this time before things change drastically for them. And I'm not speaking in terms of us overcoming them and fighting and killing and beating them. In terms of our existences here, and I don't think we're going to lay down and take it with 45+ million blacks. I think they're undercounters in the United States.
Yes.
But we're going to have a long road with some of the people's comments I saw today with some of our people.
Yeah, we are. We got to, I think, and I said that too. That's funny that you said that. I said a lot of problems with us is that we've assimilated ourselves. We have this European mindset. We have been indoctrinated, no matter how much we want to claim that we're not like them. We have assimilated ourselves through the jobs that we work, through our livelihood. And we've also we have that European mindset. And we're teaching our children that European way of thinking. Because I know when I said it, I could remind myself, or I remember when the way that me being a mother, I taught Tavares. I taught Tavares in that European mindset of how we supposed to do, how our kids supposed to be, when reality is we don't fit that. That's not who we are. Okay, that's not who we are. But we wanted to be. I think we had a lot of problems with being accepted because we validate ourselves through the stuff that we do. Okay, because we have to, because they ignore us, and it doesn't matter. And that's why I say all the time, it doesn't matter how much money you got, how many degrees you got. They don't care about that. They still will not like us. They still will not like us because what they believe, these people who are following him believe it's about racism. It's about white supremacy. It's not about any policies. It's not about any executive orders, none of that. Because if you have a conversation with them, they cannot have that kind of conversation with you because they don't know.
Sister,
they don't know.
I got to ask in the chat. I tend to, when I do my shows, ignore the chat. Sometimes I don't know people clowning like I do sometimes and being sarcastic. I see what one person has, you're wrong to celebrate and whatever that word is, murder. Maybe they're being sarcastic, but nobody's celebrating. We're talking about it. It's always when we talk about our defense, someone saying we're doing wrong by defending our existence as Black folks here.
Exactly. Wait a minute. Please. But I put the picture up where you were talking about Family Guy and how we've seen that the ICE checkpoint.
Yeah.
I put that up so you can see what you were talking about right there.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
says okay and not okay. I remember that.
Wow.
I remember that
I need
episode.
to I need to call my root. You know, I got some different roots in my family.
You got to make sure they fit that mold.
Yeah. My
But
mother might get away with that, but hold up. She 90 some years old. She said, forget about it.
okay, what he says, you're wrong for what? Let me put this up here. You're wrong to celebrate another's, what the hell? Another's murder. Get out of here with that. We let me tell you something. Let me, okay, you on my, because this is my platform. I'm not as nice as Brother Jay is. Let me tell you something.
That might be a friend of mine just being
are
sarcastic.
wrong for making that comment on our show. How about that? You better be glad my son ain't on here. You are wrong to even make that comment. We can celebrate what the hell we want to.
Well, it might sound like someone tried to implicate us in some type of setup, almost like what happened to Mr. Kirk.
I don't care. Like I said before, let me say this, and I want you to hear me clearly. You on the wrong platform to be talking that. We over here, we gives no about that. We have a right to celebrate whatever the hell we want to. Because you know why? Many of you stood around and celebrated our burning bodies hanging from trees.
But you see, since they're making that statement, they're saying it's a murder, like they investigated and come to that conclusion.
Whatever.
My theory, it could have been a sacrifice also, sir.
That's right. Sure could.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Some guy named Fronty Letitia.
Could it be a 47 sacrifice?
He don't know who he over here with. We don't have filters over here. We diplomatic when it works. We're not diplomatic all the time. We raw over here.
No, but it's still interesting. People calling it a murder, and it could be United States government hit.
Yeah, it could have been that.
He could have been part of the plan. He could have said, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. Who knows?
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to justify, and I'm not trying to give him no other answer. We can say what the hell we want to over here. If you got a problem with it, you can get the hell out, and you ain't got to say a doggone thing. You don't have to make no kind. You can scroll on by. But we ain't sugarcoating and being diplomatic over here. We have a right to celebrate whatever the hell we want to celebrate over here on this show.
Sister, let me inform the audience about everyone knows we have a person representing the 3rd Congressional District from my home area of this part of where I stay in the state of Louisiana. Clayford, I call him Clayford Higgins, better known as Cartoon Clay. You remember Yosemite Sam? Always out up by the mouth, you know.
Yeah.
He got in a tiff with that new young Congressman Matthew Frost, I think he's from Florida, about where they should be sending troops. And the brother just pulled out some receipts on him and say, you know, he gave the statistic that Louisiana is second in gun violence. The way it goes sometimes, you know, it looks worse than that. Sister, are you still hearing me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Congressman Clay Higgins today came out and said he vows to go after those who celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk. So maybe Mr. On your YouTube chat should check with Congressman Clay Higgins to see who he could go after. But let me tell you something. Congressman Clay Higgins, who was a former Opelousas, Louisiana police officer, and people keep thinking he's some expert in law enforcement. He was a third-rate cop at the most, similar to Governor Jeff Landry. Well, he also had an issue in a case where he brutalized someone as a member of Opelousas PD. A couple of incidents, but one that stuck out so much that he was forced to resign from Opelousas PD by then Police Chief Perry Gallo. I remember that significant. So when people say he want to go after people, why the government is not going after him and trying to finish that case that he summarily got out of and went on to become a member of the St. Landry Parish Sheriff Department, where he He violated all the rules with that so-called Crime Stoppers video, rounded up black youth, and he didn't pay his child support that amounted to almost $200,000. And why is that not being talked about? But he want to go after people who celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk. So I want to go after people who brutalize black folks and expose them. So this is an idiot. This is the worst that Louisiana could offer from this area, you know. And I'm so sorry that they got a lot of black folks in this Lafayette area that celebrate this idiot. Go ahead, sister.
It's sad. I found that article you were talking about. Clay Higgins calls for lifetime bans on social media users mocking Charlie Kirk's death. This is not God. Let me say that again. This is not God. No, we didn't do that when they were celebrating George Floyd, Rodney King, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Megan Eggers. Nobody was doing that. Nobody was banning people from social media or banning them for life then. Stop it, y'all. Stop it with this stupid idiocy.
So technically, Clay Higgins say, because Charlie Kirk say racist things, that we need to uplift Charlie Kirk. So basically, Congressman Clay Higgins is a racist idiot. So people who are fans of him in South Louisiana for that little clownish Crime Stoppers video that got him famous, rounding up black youth, along with a bunch of black pastors who some of them came to me and tell me they're sorry they did that. So y'all should be proud that y'all congressman is an avowed racist, because if he's uplifting Charlie Kirk, he's uplifting a racist.
That's right. That's right. Louisiana Congressman Clay Higgins is vowing to take action against social media users who mocked or belittled killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. In a post on X, Higgins called Kirk a beautiful young man who dedicated his whole life to delivering respectful conservative truth into the hearts of liberal enclave universities. I'm going to use congressional authority and every influence with big tech platforms to mandate immediate ban for life of every post or commenter that belittled the assassination of Charlie Kirk Higgins. The Republican from South Louisiana went on to say he will push for users to be banned from all platforms forever if they celebrated Kirk's killing. He also
said cops that brutalize black folks. And he was one.
He also said he would seek to have businesses blacklisted aggressively and licenses revoked. Kirk, 31, was assassinated during a Turning Point USA event at Utah Valley University. Officials say he was shot in the neck by a sniper while speaking to students and died shortly afterward. The FBI is offering a reward up to $100,000 for information leading to the shooter's arrest. Governor Landry, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and Attorney General Liz Morrell has also issued statements mourning Kirk's death and condemning political violence. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to say what I'm getting out of this whole thing. I'm getting out of they're doing the most for some reason. It's not really about Charlie Kirk.
Right.
I think that it's more going on here, and guilt will make you do a lot of things. Okay.
It's about consolidating more power for MAGA, because they don't know how long 47 could be around with his condition mentally and physically. And I think they just want to consolidate their power base, because they know if hopefully when another administration get in that's got more sense and practice and rule of law, that a lot of these people might be in federal penitentiary for committing war crimes, because that's what they're doing now. They are part of that whole apparatus. When you see those ICE agents, whether or not they're immigrants or not, whether or not you want them to be or not, really, they're committing crimes, war crimes. You know.
Yeah, you're right. So here's the thing. We're talking about Clay Higgins. This is about Clay Higgins that you were just talking about. So let me see if I can. Let me make sure I'm sharing this so you guys can see it. And you just said he got in trouble for misconduct, right?
Yes.
So it says, yeah, Clay Higgins, a former police captain and public information officer in the sheriff's
He
department.
was
of
never a
Louisiana.
captain, sister. Let me straighten that out. They gave him an honorary captain title when he moved to another department, but he was never a captain in Opelousas when he served actual office. That's another bull S title.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It says Sheriff Department of Louisiana, St. Landry Parish earned his nickname, the Cajun John Wayne. And John Wayne hated black people. Just want to let y'all know that. By making a series of videos encouraging criminals to turn themselves in. The settings and substance differed, but the schnick was consistent. Dressed in his uniform, Higgins would recount the basics of crime, then try to persuade perpetrators to surrender, intimidating them with a barking drill sergeant-like delivery and a disdain borrowed from Dirty Harry. We're going to identify you, arrest you, and put you in a small cell, Higgins said in one of his July 15 videos made after the local restaurant named Stelly's Market was broken into. After that, I'm going to have a cheeseburger here with fries and a Coke and leave a nice tip for the waitress, Higgins added, standing outside Stelly's with his hands on his belt. Meanwhile, your next meal will be served through a small hole in the cell door. That video has gotten more than 2 million views on YouTube and millions more as it made the rounds on national talk shows. Dozens of his other videos have topped 1 million on the YouTube and on Facebook. We won't have to wait on lab results for DNA tests because you're on St. Landry's Crime Stoppers tonight, Higgins said, referring to the segment on local TV in which his videos would air. Congratulations, son. I'm about to make you famous. Few criminals gained notoriety, but the 53-year-old Higgins did as he sought the spotlight. His internet fame led to an on-air appearances on the Today Show and Fox and Friends, and a profile on CBS This Morning in 2015, all of which added to his celebrity in his hometown of Opelousas and surrounding Cajun country. Higgins decided to parlay his name recognition into political office and announced in May that he was running for Congress as Donald Trump-style Republican in Louisiana 3rd House District. As of latest, he won. Y'all know he won the doggone, what's the name? So yeah, that was him. That was Clay Higgins. I don't know.
Bio, but there are several articles from more legitimate sources in the sense that states what he did as a member of Opelousas PD. When I say those things, I'm saying them because of that's factual stuff that happened. Yeah. A lot of black folks who didn't know better was co-signing to his celebrity and fame. It was black folks who uplifted him, but he was going after black folks. He was going after young black males and talking about a imaginary gremlin gang, which was just a loose association of young men who got in some trouble and daring them to come in and he was going to do this and do that to them. That's the type of person he's a coward anyway, you know. And I'm sorry people uplifted this, but you know that's what these people here in South Louisiana they like. They like that Trump style bull s that spews from the mouth. Clay Higgins has done nothing to help South Louisiana go further economically, academically, and even in with the environment. You know, because he sold himself to the big oil companies, every conceivable corporation. So he's locked in to keep that seat if he so to choose. And that's why Louisiana's has the low numbers they have. You know, we let's see, I think we 48, 47 in education. Health outcomes, we might be in the 40s also. Everything that negative about Louisiana, we got the #1 contributor to keeping us last. Clayford Higgins, I call him.
This is what I'm talking about when we saying I'm so sorry he passed away, and this is what I'm talking about. Check that picture out. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You see that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
That's us. That's some of us, because I'm sorry. And it ain't even about the death of the man. It's the whole thing of what he stood for. And
And they're
again,
going to use this. You see, in the danger, what if we let it run that course, we are giving up our existence in a sense, because other things go come down the pike. This Project 2025 administration that's running things. When I say Project 25, it's not like a boogeyman. We know that some racist, evil people filled with greed. A lot of them are made up of people who have allegiance to the corporation, who have allegiance to the Heritage Foundation, who has this mindset that white people should always run things. And what they're doing right now is slowly ratcheting up their power base. You got Russell Vought, who's the chief budget officer for Trump. He's one of the authors. You got this guy from Lafayette, a so-called proud University of Lafayette, Louisiana, Raging Cajun. He's one of the architects, Kevin Roberts. And you got the one who's head of the FCC, who actually pushed back on all these media companies and help Trump lawyers develop a plan to extort them and get money, plus the fact, make sure they do the news where you won't get affected and feel what they're doing, you know. So I say the mainstream media is nothing but trash, like Mr. Kevin say on the other show I'm referring to, like on his show. The mainstream media has been trash. They're nothing to be listening to unless you want to get a local weather report. And sometimes you can't believe the weather when Trump takes a Sharpie and takes the hurricane somewhere else.
Exactly.
I'm just saying the media being controlled by the Project 2025 boys who has a different agenda than Trump. Trump is just in there. He's a tool of these people.
Exactly. Because it's higher up. It's the billionaires who's making the decisions and putting him out there.
And Curtis Yarvin and the Elon Musk types.
And Peter Thiel and all those, Stephen Miller. And we got to keep that in mind.
He just want to play Nazi, dress up. I want to be Joseph Goebbels. I want to be the minister of propaganda and the person that makes all the decisions to send who I'm gonna send to the gas chambers. Look like the Negroes, they drew the lot first. And people, if we don't be strong, fantasies, movies, sci-fi, everything will come true with these people because they're trying to do it. And if we don't pay attention, they're trying right now as hell.
You're right. So, and when we look at this, that's why I said you can't really, a Trump supporter, you can't really talk to them, because the reason why I'm saying that is on TikTok, and I know a lot of you guys don't do TikTok, but TikTok was at one time very educational. So some of these people, what they do is they debate each other about the issues that are going on. And you would be surprised how clueless some of these Trump supporters are. You just named off some people that if you would have said that to some of these people who's trying to defend, they would be clueless. They don't even know who you're talking about. They don't. I told them you do your research, educate yourself on something.
But even this whole notion that Charlie Kirk was great because he debated people, and he was good because he even though he had an opposite view, he debated people. He debated a lot of progressives. First of all, if you're a racist, there's nothing to debate. You made your case because you said a bunch of racist stuff that had been documented. So it's nothing to debate.
That's right. That's right.
Nothing to debate with a Charlie Kirk, because his intention is to make money and to get notoriety off of your rear end. So it's nothing to debate. So all those people say, well, he was a debater. He wasn't violent. He wasn't this, and y'all calling him. He was saying some things. What Nazis, minister of Nazi propagandists would that's the thing they do. That's what they do. They make propaganda up. And people start saying it. So everywhere you go on these college campuses, of course you will have followers because people starting to see you coming. And so that builds up a excitement, that builds up an interest. Even if you don't believe that, I want to see Charlie Kirk. I want to make him, just that notoriety right there. Even though you don't know, you might be going to a Klan barbecue cookout with him, his mindset. So this is what I'm saying. Why these notable black folks and whites and liberals and progress were debating him, they were giving him the power. They were giving him the power by debating.
Yeah, just by debating them. That's right. You're right. You're right. I'm trying to find something. Oh, okay. So you guys, I didn't tell you guys. I'm going to play a video. Hold up. I'm trying to find the one. Give me a second here. Did I put it in here? I gotta look and see if I put it in here. Okay, so I have a video that I'm going to show you guys. Now I want you to hear what this and this little white boy said. This is a little white boy, and he's talking about when you talk about crime, right? So let me see if I can bring it up. Okay, so give me a second here. Okay. This young, I was surprised. I came across it and I said, look, I think I'm gonna keep this and I want to share this with you guys real quick. What he said about crime. Now, this is a little boy. This boy can't be no more than about probably 9 or 10 years old. So this is what he says. Listen to this. Hold up. I guess it would be
the crime. You need to get fact checked, and I'm about to do it to you. In 2016, white people committed 70% of the convicted crime, and black people only committed 27%. Then in 2017, white people committed 68% of the reported crime, and black people only committed 26% of it. And in 2024, white people committed 53% of the reported crime, while black people only committed 25%. So this narrative on 13% of the population, 50% of the crime is wrong. You know who actually commits 50% of the crime? White people. But guess what stat black people are 13% of the population and 50% in? Exonerations. You know, when they're wrongly convicted, all you're doing by spreading this fake fact is allowing more people to profile and be racist towards black people. You know what's the highest percentage of people who are victims of white people? Black people. And if you look at all the shootings, guess who are the shooters? White dudes. So let's all think long and hard on who actually commits 50% of the crime.
You heard what he said.
So, just in case you were wondering, what does it look?
So you heard what he said.
Yes.
We're not committing the crimes. We're not committing the crimes. That's basically what he just said.
Yes.
That's a lie. It's propaganda. It's pushing the narrative that black people are the boogeyman. Right. We do these all crazy things. Oh, and when reality is not. Like I said earlier, let us live. Leave us alone. We don't bother you. Stay out of our business. We're not trying to do anything to you. We're trying to survive because you guys have made it so hard for us to just survive in a place that we're trying to raise our families. We're trying to thrive. We're trying to work every which way you can to stop us. Y'all have done it. Then you want to holler, you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, you have put everything in the way. And let me say something about these black folks real quick that always trying to say, well, I made it out. I did it. I got it. No, what you did was you assimilated yourself. That's why you were able to make it out, or you were able to do the things you want to do, because you assimilated yourself into that society. You didn't do it alone. You rubbed elbows with the white people to make sure that you could fit in with them. That's what you did. A lot of these businesses that are owned by blacks, that, oh, you can do it if I can do it. Everybody's circumstances are not the same. I am not doubting that anybody can be very productive and can be whatever they want to be. I'm saying their circumstances and their boundaries and the things that keep them from doing what they need to do has a lot to do with it. And then you got to look at the mindset. The mindset moves stuff.
Yeah.
It moves stuff. If you have the wrong mindset, ain't shit gonna happen for you. But if you change your mindset, things can change for you.
Sister, I want to clear up one other thing. These rooms, I've been seeing a lot of these things going on. I said, that got to be crazy. And it's not so much that I want to stop anybody from doing something like what was stated in these posts, but that is so crazy. That's to get people riled up. And we're seeing this penetrate social media. So you got to be careful what you listen to on or look at on social media. It's from Motivation Mind, but I saw it on other posts. Right after Charlie Kirk's passing, Minnesota Vikings superstar Justin Jefferson stepped up in a big way, pledging to cover all living and educational expenses for Kirk's 2 young children. His generosity has not only lifted a heavy burden from the grieving family, but also touched countless hearts. Social media has been flooded with the admiration and respect for Jefferson. Oh, come on, people, please. And so I just fact check on these other sites that does the fact checking, and they have been more credible in the past on things that were said on social media, and they say that's apparently, even Reuters news service say that apparently is a false story. And you see how that gets people all up. Yeah. And then they have a lot of comments under the post of that saying that, oh, he would be loved and appreciated. I'm quitting this team, and I'm a fan of Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings. If people know who Justin Jefferson is, I think he's from Louisiana. No, he played for LSU or something. One of them played. But anyway, he played for Minnesota Monday Night Football. He was the brother with the iced out chain around his neck. And that's what me first. I'm being old school, seeing someone from the NFL playing with something like that so prominent. You know, they banned horse collar tackles, so I don't think he had nothing too much to worry about in case they would grab his chain and his ice on. So I don't know, sister. This is crazy. This is crazy.
It is crazy. There is something I wanted to show you guys too. Something else. I'm trying to find mayor's. What's the Baltimore mayor? Here it goes. I'm going to play this for you, and I want you guys to hear what he's going through in Baltimore, Maryland. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There we go. Y'all listen to what he's saying.
In June, but I really think it's timely for folks to hear the kind of hatred and vitriol, to be quite frank, racism that still exists in the world today, and know that what their representatives, what average people go through every single day still in this country. But I want to hear it and then give you my direct response to that message right now.
Hold up, listen to what he's saying. And I'm not biting my tongue, and I'm not.
Yeah, this message is for Brandon Scott, the motherfucking nigger wannabe thug ass gangster who pretends to be the mayor of Baltimore City. How about you stop making Baltimore a place for worthless piece of worthless shit niggers like you who just shoot each other and sell drugs? How about you fucking do your goddamn job and actually stop crime instead of benefiting and financially fucking upping yourself with it? We all know you're a motherfucking wannabe kingpin, and you are running Baltimore's criminal enterprise the way that you should be running the fucking city. You are a fucking nigger. You are a worthless fucking nigger, and every fucking nigger that works with you is just as much of a fucking worthless criminal nigger as you are. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Go fuck yourselves. You would be better off if you all killed yourself.
There's a lot to unpack there, obviously. This isn't the first time I've been called nigger. It won't be the last. In fact, if I go a week without being called the N-word in email, text message, direct message, voicemail, whatever, I feel like I'm not doing my job. Because when they do that, They actually are expounding upon what we're supposed to do, making people who think like that idiot on the other line of that phone be uncomfortable, because now we're representing all people and pushing and not being afraid to be a proud black man, which I am never going to be afraid to be a proud black man. And yes, we're making Baltimore City better for black people, because this is the birthplace of redlining. I am investing into neighborhoods like the one that I grew up in that was disinvested in on purpose.
Okay. So,
Peace,
do you
everybody.
understand
Sounds
what
like he got
said?
a lot of mommy issues. The caller who called and said all that, he got a lot of mommy issues, I guess.
Yeah. Now, did you hear what he said? He said Baltimore, Maryland was the home of redlining.
Yes. Yes, it was.
So think about that, you guys. That was the home of redlining. And you have people talking about they want to separate from us. You said you want to separate. Why are you giving us a hard time? Why are you saying we can't separate? Separate. Go on your way.
And that's the blueprint what we say MAGA is doing, because again, the two Donald Trump is using that to have these military these military apparatus occupy predominantly black-led cities or populations with predominantly black folks, and that's the whole playbook. And we have people elected, and I know some people say, "Brother J, you going hard like my other guests on that other show, Mr. Kevin, on these politicians." Well, sometimes it's just as dangerous to be rolling with someone who's going to be weak and claim to be the leader. It's just as dangerous to have a weak leader and rolling with them as to be by yourself. And in a sense, when you're fighting a battle. And we see a lot of elected officials in the state of Louisiana not standing up and saying, "Look, we're not going to tolerate this. Oh, we're not going to take this. We're going to make it uncomfortable, whether it's financially, whether it's in your face protests, or whatever we have to do, sit-ins, some of the old style stuff and maybe some of the new style stuff financially. We're not going to let you do what you want to do to us." Resistance, whatever the form of the resistance take, we don't have none of that in our leadership in let's say I'm gonna start in Baton Rouge, whether or not in some forms of the country. I would love to have a brother, if a brother was like this mayor in Baltimore, stand up. But we don't have that down here in Louisiana. They want to go break bread with these politicians and say, "Well, we got to get along with them, Brother J. They're a super majority." Well, you signed up for that seat you got, and you went into this whole notion that we're going to shame our black folks into go voting because they don't vote for us. We need to remind them they need to go vote. They're not doing nothing, and all kind of crazy stuff they tell the electorate, the people who they want to vote for them. And when they get there, they just simply surrender to the money or to the pressure of being around these type of people, these let's say plantation owners.
Exactly. And because we don't have a backbone and we don't have enough people, and it's sad because you can't say that the slave mentality of things are not prevalent, because you just said something. All of them can be bought and sold, just like we did on the auction block. All of them can. You know who has majority of our black representatives when you say nationwide? AIPAC.
Yes.
Who's AIPAC?
Yes.
AIPAC is the Israel Jewish PAC that pays and buys our Congress people and our representatives. That's why a lot of things they're not saying, they're not talking about, they're not making a big deal about, is because a lot of them are told what they can and cannot fight for.
Yes, I'm so upset of them, what they've been doing for a long time, and I never really gave it a second thought until I saw what happened to the brother in New York City who spoke out against him, and they use all their funds and money to turn the community against him and vote him out of office. They
Yep.
did it to the sister who was fighting. That sister was in St. Louis, right? That they used the power to get rid of her in Congress, and she was a fighter. And that's
Yes,
what
Representative
they've been doing.
Cynthia.
Those who are more vulnerable to being primaried or whatever they call that. And that's what AIPAC has been doing. So they support these racists in Israel who are killing other people. You know, when we see black celebrities go to Israel, of course they're going to uplift them. But a regular black person who's not a celebrity in Israel, he will be treated harshly. That's what people don't understand. So I would, as a celebrity, I don't understand for your life of me why you're going over there and they don't really care for black folks. Because these are the same people. You see, I'm segueing into something else, sister. They are the same people who come from Europe, who migrated to the Middle East, took over after World War II. They are the same people they accuse of who they accuse of being genocidal, meaning they were being genocided by the Germans and the Nazis. Now they took all the same tactics and brought them to Israel and claimed they're the righteous people. Make that make sense.
Another thing too, you just remind me of something. She's doctor now. Dr. Cynthia McKinney was out of Georgia.
Right, I remember.
He talked about they went after her, you guys, because she refused, and she talks about it. Matter of fact, I got an opportunity when I was with KIEE to interview her on my show, and that was before she went and got her doctorate. And she was still a representative at the time, and she tells the story of because she would not take the money from them, how they went after her. They went after her to silence her because she refused to fall in line with everybody else. So yeah, they'll go after you if you don't want to do it. And at the time, she was a representative of Georgia. So these stories are not made up stories. These things really, really happen, you know? So I want to play another thing. When we talking, since we're speaking on black women, we're mentioning a black woman. Let me tell you what Charlie Kirk, whatever his name is, said about black people, black women. Let me pull that up real quick. This is what he said about black women.
Feel that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, and particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color, but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that. We know it's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. You know, this is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh, of course. That's why we need affirmative action, because you have impressed us with your brilliance. Of course. Oh no, imagine the world without Joy Reid. Imagine the world.
Okay, now let me
forced discrimination policies.
Hold up. Yes. Let me get that.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me actually give you guys a clue. Ketanji Brown. Somebody did a whole write-up on each one of those people who's sitting in the Supreme Court. In every category that they used, Ketanji Brown was #1 in every category. And this wasn't a black person who did it, it was a white guy who did the research on it and broke it all the way down. She was #1. Let me say that again. She was #1. Michelle Obama was her own attorney. She had a law firm when what's his name came into play. When her and Obama got together, Obama was working for her in her law firm. Okay? Because people have affirmative action does not mean that they're dumb.
Let me briefly interject, Sister Amelie. Here, let me give you Charlie Kirk's bio. Does the question asked on ChatGPT, a pretty reputable ChatGPT, if you could believe them, does Charlie Kirk have a college degree? AI overview. No, Charlie Kirk does not have a college degree. He attended community college like a lot of us, but dropped out like a lot of us to focus on activism like a lot of us, you know, and founding Turning Point USA. Apparently, spewing racism does make you smart, I guess.
Yeah.
He went to Harper's College. I'm trying to say, where in the hell is that? All right, go ahead, Sister Khadijah.
No. I just wanted to say what he was saying. I don't know anything too much about Joy Reid at all. I don't. I just know that she was one time. You know, you were touting with them. Okay, we saw that on a lot of things. You and Roland Martin, all of y'all were touting with the people. And I was totally against a lot of things that they were saying when they were in those rooms and they were on those news station mainstream media. Until they realized you're expendable. And that's what we got to realize. When you got your own, nobody can come in and take you off your own. Keep that in mind, y'all. When you own your own platforms, nobody can come take you off of those platforms. Okay? They didn't own those platforms they were on. Now they're on their own platforms, but they weren't on their own platforms back then. And that's why it was easy for them to be able to move them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. Look at Don Lemon. He wasn't on his own platform. They got rid of everybody that looked like us out of mainstream media. Now you got a handful of them, you know, popping up left and right. But it ain't a lot of us. You don't see a lot of us on TV.
And that's what that new agenda, that 2025 team did when that was one of the game plan. Also put pressure on the media to get rid of anybody who could give them some flack or semblance of flack. And the whole, here's the funny thing, sister. These people, you and I say, they're just like Kool-Aid compared to drinking whiskey. And they still got rid of those people. So their agenda has to be so much more powerful to tap down on the media, even when it's light. I call it light Kool-Aid media, who's not really saying a whole lot than the stuff we say. But they on Fox News, they sit there and they'll spew out lies and all types of bullshit, you know? And so they had an agenda. And so that's why Charlie Kirk was the tool of the agenda. I just still can't, for the life of me, think about, well, maybe in some sense, why would they sacrifice him? Because he'd probably be the turning point. You know, his own organization might be the turning point for MAGA to get more power. I don't know. It's crazy. Exactly. It's crazy. It's weird. You know.
Exactly. Hold up. Let me see. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep talking. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. I could talk and talk forever.
No. Go ahead.
Thank you, brothers and sisters, for listening, and don't mind my ranting, raving. That's what I do on my radio show, most of the time. But Charles, you know, he, all this indoctrination from places like Liberty University. That's a right wing think tank that they've been incubating a lot of people, and a lot of the idiots in the Black community go to Liberty University. I'm just saying, don't have nothing to do with morality. I don't know, sister. You sent me the piece on before you play it. You sent me the piece on the senator from South Carolina, the one who's a double for the character in Fat Albert. with the bug
Oh
eyes.
yes, yes,
You know, I don't
yes,
like
I got that.
mean stuff about people, but when you playing that role, the double Stephen role like he plays, you know, like he going for a second Django role as Stephen. When you playing that role so hard, I got to give you your credit. Go ahead, my sister.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the Django and Chain part?
Yeah.
You talking about the Django? Yeah, that picture.
Yeah, the senator from South Carolina who married
Yes, hold up.
Snowflake. I think
Yeah,
he married
I got it.
Snowflake. I don't know.
It's you. No, it asked kissing for Trump. You don't have no respect, no love for your people. You a Tom, buddy. You a Tom. You a suck ass. You a suck ass. You a suck ass. You a suck ass. I ain't your brother. You no brother of mine. You a suck ass. You a suck ass. That's what you are. You suck ass. You no good. You ought to learn some history. You ought to learn some history. You're a disgrace to all black people. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace.
I was wondering why the soldiers didn't jump on him.
Well, why
on
would
behalf of the senator from South Carolina.
Because they knew not to.
I guess, well, maybe they said, well, that's one Negro. We got to let him take his own lick.
Exactly. We ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna leave that alone. He kept calling him a sucker and a Tom.
Yeah,
but
maybe the soldiers want to see some real black on black crime, you know.
Yeah, right. Look, they'll be witnessing real black on black crime. Yeah, he basically told him, you want to take a picture. Ain't nobody want to take no picture. He was talking about you. Oh, let's keep in mind, y'all. Let's keep in mind to show you how the state that we live in. Let's talk about this. He was coming to LSU on his tour.
Yeah, I missed him, sister. You know, I'm gonna miss that one, I guess.
No, that was October 27th.
I was gonna miss that one because I had planned on going. Maybe not.
I wouldn't have showed up. I wouldn't unless
maybe me and Nat would have rolled down there just to see.
Yeah, just to see. But yeah, he was planning on coming to LSU. Y'all better, let me tell y'all something about, y'all better read the history of LSU. My husband like LSU. I don't. I have no desire to ever like LSU.
I briefly attended. I had one of them Charlie Cooks mom. I briefly attended.
What? You did what?
Briefly. I did one like Charlie Kirk, dropped out.
Oh, you went there. I didn't even go there. I didn't go.
I'm trying to lighten it up, sister. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So he was planning on coming to LSU, you guys.
Yes.
He was planning on coming to LSU on his comeback, America comeback tour. Oh, yeah. That's what he was planning on doing.
LSU has been racist ever since.
Sure. All you got to do is look at the history of that school. And the only reason why a lot of black folks go there is because football. And other sports, but football is number
they recruit heavily at LSU black players.
Yep.
Especially from this area. And they use these black players. A lot of them back in the day when I was going around and I knew some people who I was a part of. I knew a couple of student athletes, and a lot of them were just as smart as some rocks on the road because of the neglect for the student athlete. But those certain student athlete made them a lot of money. Just like a slave plantation. LSU football, LSU basketball, and even some of the women's team.
Yeah. So I've never been a real big fan of LSU. Just never had.
That's understandable.
Feelings for LSU, and let me tell you, I didn't graduate from a HBCU. I'm letting you know that now. I didn't graduate from it, but I didn't graduate from LSU either.
Right.
And I didn't do LSUA either. It ain't too far behind.
And you didn't do the 1 year dropout thing. Okay, you better than Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I didn't drop out. No, I didn't drop out. I have 2 degrees.
Yes, ma'am.
So I didn't drop out. And I didn't do no community college either. No, I just didn't
really?
No, and I didn't do community college. No. Not to say it's anything wrong with it. I just didn't do it. That wasn't what I wanted. But yeah, so he was coming to LSU on October 27th.
And that probably would have been a big draw, sister, too, also.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Now
you want to know how
remember,
deep the racism is in some areas, Lafayette, if he would have made his way down to UL, University of Raging Cajuns, with we spell Cajun with 3 K's, some of us. If he would have made his way this way, because that's the two largest university in the state with on-campus enrollment, LSU, then UL right here in Lafayette. These people, they do that stealth racism stuff. They'll party in good time and they'll dance on downtown Lafayette and they'll listen to the R&B and Zydeco and Southern Soul bands, but when they get in their own group, that's a different story. So we seem to think that entertainment and merriment is the key to make us all equal, and it's not at the end of the day. Go ahead, my sister. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, go ahead. No. Keep talking because I'm scrolling while you're talking.
You're scrolling while I'm talking. Okay.
Yeah, I'm scrolling while I'm talking. While you're talking.
Yes.
Because I was looking for some other stuff that I saw. That I wanted to talk about. But go ahead. That's why I said go ahead and finish talking. I'm looking at.
I was seeing tonight. Well, yesterday they had the Senate voted voted down a measure to force the release of the Epstein file. And like I said, that's a distraction. People got to wonder. And it's not that I'm so interested in the Epstein file, but sometimes justice is served the long way around. Justice is served in a different way. And maybe that's the way it should be served. Who knows? But there's so many different ways to stop or to slow down stuff happening in the news cycle. And one of the things is to do a big story, another big story. Trump's, I hate to use the word, Trump's another big story.
Exactly. Hold up, let me get them in here. Hello. All right. How are you?
Hello, Brother Jay, if you can hear me.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Ms. McCall.
Yes, sir.
What I'm going to say is going to seem harsh. But it's nothing. But it's reality. Some people say my heart goes out to the kids. I say to the Charlie Kirk kids. My heart goes out to his kids. I say, why? Why should my heart go out to his kids when he's probably 10 times worse at home than he is in the public? And remember, he's teaching his kids the same thing or worse. And his kids they're gonna raise up to be over our kids one day. So I don't. It's kind of when you spread hate. But that's what he's doing. He's saying black people ignorant and the only way they got these positions because they're skin color. They're skin color. They're skin color. Well, wait a minute. We built America. We built the White House, the airplanes and all this. They for a benefit of DEI. Because guess what? If they couldn't build it, somebody else had to do it. And it was us, the black people. And if for anybody to cry when the master's house burning down, then any black person that should cry when the master's house burning down, I have a problem. He'll be the same one to tell master you're trying to run away. He'll kill you for master. And as far as the black people, if you are liked by the oppressor, then you're doing a good job of holding your people back. Because that's the only way the oppressor will like you.
That's right. That's right.
And if everybody oppressor, then you're doing a good job for your people. Because the oppressor do not want you to do the right thing for your people. So if anybody gets any accolades, how they get it from Jack Roy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You was a good one. You was a good one. Guess what? He's doing his job to make sure that the black people are held back. And that's why Jack Roy get out privilege to black people as long as they keep other black people in a position that they're in.
Yep, that's right.
I'm gonna go back and listen.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna go. I'm sorry, Brother Jay.
No, you.
Okay.
No, you don't have to be sorry. Why are you being sorry?
Okay.
Well, we can't ride down there to LSU to see Charlie Kirk because apparently he has been canceled, I guess.
Yeah. No, hey, it's what black people gotta understand. We forgive too easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when that plantation was burning down, every black person in America, burn the plantation down. Or be emotional because of the plantation burning.
Yeah.
But if you got the same rhetoric as the owners of the plantation, you should feel the same sentiments.
You see, I heard what you said, talking about they need to get in line with that water hose. The next one.
Because he got the same sentiments as the owner of the plantation.
That's right. That's right. Sure
so,
did.
But now we got to pray. Oh, I pray for Charlie.
No.
Charlie wasn't praying for me when he was only born.
No.
See, black folks need to know how to just leave stuff alone when you got nothing to do with that.
That's right. That's right.
Let the chickens come home and roost, and whatever they do, that's their business.
And people don't understand too. Black folks got to understand. People got to get their karma. Yeah, we all do. Me, I got to get my karma. You got to get yours. Ain't no interfering with it. You praying for them and feeling sympathy. You interfering with their karma. You interfering with that.
That was a setup karma by Donald Trump. So everybody forget about the Epstein's file.
That's right. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Yep, they will do that. They will do that. You're right.
He's not no living there. So he's not up there with them.
Nope.
He's just the guy that's talking.
Yep.
You see. And black folks will just, oh Lord, I forgive. Oh, we shouldn't be like that. No, stay out of that business.
Yep.
Stay out of that business because what they want us to do is get riled up so they can use the National Guards to try to sick on us like dogs.
Yep. Like they did back in the 60s. That's how they did us in the 60s. That's what they used the National Guard for in the 60s. Sure did.
Yes, ma'am. That's all they're doing.
Yes, sir.
And black folk, hold on, brother. Listen.
Okay, I want to play this for you guys real quick. Hold up. Let's see. Give me a second here.
It takes selfies with it. The KKK was founded the same year that slavery ended. Coincidence? Never. They didn't just disappear, they evolved. Evolved into sheriffs, judges, governors, senators. They burned crosses, bombed churches, and lynched black families in public, and this country just watched. The FBI never declared war on the Klan, but they sure declared war on the Panthers. They hunted down MLK, they tried to make Malcolm look like a terrorist. But the actual white terrorists, they got country clubs and retirement plans. The Patriot Act, that was for Muslims. COINTELPRO, that was for black people trying not to die. They made up black identity extremists to watch black people grieve too loud. But the Proud Boys can storm the Capitol and get a Netflix deal. Law enforcement is flooded with white supremacists. And I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean literal Nazis in uniform. The FBI has been saying this since 2006. But they're not listening because they don't want to. Dylan Roof killed 9 black people and got fast food on the way to jail. Kyle Rittenhouse shot protesters and walked away like a Boy Scout. The January 6th crew slaps on the wrist and podcast interviews. But let black people protest a murder? They'll bring tanks before they bring charges. This country doesn't ignore white terrorism. It depends on it. It uses it, it rewards it, it gives it medals and pensions. They won't label the Klan terrorists because they'd have to label the system a terror cell too. And that's the real problem. They'll watch a white man kill in broad daylight and call it mental health. But let a black woman raise her voice, and suddenly it's radical extremism. The system isn't broken, it's obedient. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. And until we name it, drag it, and dismantle every piece of it, we're just watching history repeat with better PR. Let's cut the performative nonsense. The reason the KKK, the neo-Nazis, and the white militias aren't on the terrorist list? Because this country protects white terror the same way it funds the military, with pride and blank checks. White supremacy isn't a threat to America, it's the inheritance. Meanwhile, Black activists that show up with clipboards and megaphones end up on a watch list. This government doesn't fight white terrorism. It takes selfies with it. The KKK was founded the same year that slavery ended.
Okay, I got one more from her.
Yeah.
They called it Bloody Monday. Streets on fire, people dragged out of their homes. Whole neighborhoods burned. But here's the thing. This time, it wasn't Black folks they were targeting. It was German and Irish immigrants. White on white crime, whipped up by the system to keep poor people fighting each other, instead of the people at the top. Back then, Louisville was filling up with German and Irish immigrants, working class Catholic, barely scraping by. The know-nothings, the white nativist party, they started fear-mongering. Catholics don't belong, they're loyal to the Pope. They'll steal your jobs. So when Election Day came, mobs of white men stormed the polls. They blocked immigrants from voting, chased them through the streets, torched whole Catholic neighborhoods. By sundown, up to 100 people were dead. Official records, though, they lowballed it at 20. This wasn't chaos, this was strategy. And this is the part they don't want you to see. It was poor white men doing the dirty work of the rich. Because when you convince desperate people that the real enemy is next door, the Irish, the German, the Black man, you never have to answer for the fact that you're the one starving them. And that's exactly what Lyndon B. Johnson meant a century later when he said, if you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. Bloody Monday was that playbook in action. So let's call it what it was, white on white violence, engineered by white elites to protect white power. The Irish, the Germans, poor, desperate, hungry, got turned into pawns in the same system that already had Black people chained. And if you think that game ended in 1855, look around. They're still playing it today. Different names, different scapegoats, same playbook. Louisville, 1850.
So do you hear what she said? And it is actually, that's what's going on now. The people who are calling themselves disliking us are the ones who was taught to tell us that. They were told to dislike us. That's why you can't have an intelligent conversation with them. You can't have an intelligent conversation because it's not even about the conversation.
And you can't
even have it.
They are. You can't have it. I mean, you can't even have intelligent, logical thinking with our own people, and that's the key. If we, you and I, we talk all the time, and we hear from the so-called leaders. Unity will get us out of all of this stuff. No. When I see someone posting on Facebook that it's so sad that they kill someone for debating their ideas or asking college kids to prove them wrong. Hell no to no. Say like Bishop Bowinkle, you're not asking nobody to prove you're wrong. You're using that to spread the lies and disinformation and to have more people on your side so you could start committing the genocide in the future. It's not about proving somebody wrong. There's nothing to prove wrong when you're speaking racism against another group of people. I don't understand the logic. I'm a realist. You're either a racist or you're not racist. I mean, you might have a little in between going on, but you stay in your corner and you let bygones be bygones. But people out there trying to prove to other people to convince other people to follow him. When Charlie Kirk debated, again, I know I brought that up earlier. When he debated these black or these progressives or what they call liberals, he wasn't trying to convince, or he was using them to convince the people that was looking at him or listening to him. And when you see black people who supposedly have a wisdom in age saying it's a shame that you being killed for your you being killed for your ideas, all right. You being killed because you brought it on your own self. Charlie Kirk people is a product of his own doing, promoting guns, promoting violence, promoting everything that would cause someone to shoot. Sometimes you cause your own death, and
Mhm.
you can cause your own death for good reason and for the right reason. You
Mhm.
know, and
Mhm.
when you see our own people don't have no understanding of what logic is, well, you know, I guess that's what it means, logic. You know, logic is when you understand something. You know, and when you don't have understanding, you don't have logic. That's my point.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. You're right.
Well, well, see, what black folks got to realize, you know, and I'll be on it too. Those people like that be on KLLB, chew on the back of, chew on the back of cousins sleeping, uneducated white boy, barefooted. He don't make no laws. He's just like Mr. Leroy just said. He's just there to keep on spreading the logic.
Mhm.
And see, I thought.
Hold up. I'm sorry. Hold up. You're working. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And we fall into the thing of arguing with him. They don't make no laws. He's barefooted, uneducated, chew on the back of, shotgun in the back of his truck. He ain't got over $100 in his pocket. He's mad. But see, he just don't know is
Mm-hmm.
he's just another. He a nigga just like I am.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
Yeah.
But he's a nigga just like I am. He don't mean nothing for them. You know, they think they voted for Trump. We got Trump in the White House. You didn't do nothing, white boy. Only thing you did was vote and you thought you got him in there. The electoral college got him in there. But
yeah.
they too dumb to understand that, though.
Yep. You're right. You're right.
They too dumb to understand that.
That's why.
And let me jump in. I want to ask Nat this, and I see in sometimes he's a favorite, sometimes he's not, sister. You know, you and I talked about him. Dr. Umar Johnson. Maybe people interpreted it wrong. They're saying, well, he sparked reactions after calling out members of his community for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. And I'm saying this, Nat, when we discussing something about Charlie Kirk and the mindset of him and the people with him, so we're saying we're against him. So by saying we're against him, they're saying we celebrating his death. That right there, I don't even understand that.
No.
Go ahead, Nat.
Well, Dr. Umar Johnson, he need to get a job and quit begging. Yeah, you need to get a job and quit begging.
They say he worked. They say he worked for the ops. Well, go ahead.
Well, he begging. Just because we're having a debate, we're not saying, oh, how we happy he died, but we're not saying we mourn his death either.
There you go.
You see, so and what folks got to understand is, say, man, if we keep on letting them get over like that, they're going to win. What they done actually did is got more Charlie Kirks. That's what they did. And see, and now these young white boys going to try to come in, oh, I'll do this. No, you won't.
Yeah.
You'll get done just like them if you keep on. You see, so it was kind of worked in their favor. They'll sacrifice one to gain more.
Yeah.
It's just like a spider. You know those spiders you can step on and kill, and then a whole lot of babies come out of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what that was right there.
Yeah.
You see, Dr. Umar Johnson, he big. Yeah, somebody they probably paying him, you know, he big. No. He been trying to get a school for 20 years.
Yeah, and yes, sister, I was about to bring that up, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him, but I'm waiting on the school. I gave $5 for one time. I mean, I gave something. You know what I mean?
Mr. J, listen, we got a bus toward Alabama. Take the kids out of Alabama. As bad as the black folks say the kids need something to do, you think the black folks help us?
Yep.
No, I don't pocket some, most of that stuff. So he got to get a job. I don't even worry about what he say. We're not celebrating. But if that was Al Sharpton, as much as I don't like Al Sharpton, them people would be doing parties.
Yeah.
They would be doing parties. Oh, he preaches racism.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They don't know one of them more than one of us.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
You know, And see, here's another thing that they do. This should be discrimination. Every time a black man says something, he's a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Every time a black woman says something, she's a Democrat.
Yep.
Right. I gotta do that just because I don't agree with what you say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody not celebrating. Now we could do a second line if we wanted to.
The MAGA agenda is to put us all in the same gas chambers together. That's me. You know. So they got lump us all. I'm a registered independent. You know, and they always calling me a liberal progressive. I might be more of a progressive than a liberal, you know. And that's the problem, Nat. You hit the nail on the head.
But I disagree with you, Brother Jay. You're not an independent.
He said progressive.
No, he's an independent.
Yeah, I am too.
No, you're not. Neither one of y'all not no independents.
What are we? Confused?
No, remember they just passed that law.
Oh yeah. That's right. They sure did.
Right.
That's right.
You got to pick sides.
I don't have to do nothing.
Yeah. You got to pick sides.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to do it no more. No, they just did that.
Yeah, they did that because you know why? Because the votes was not hitting on the Republican side. That's why they got rid of independence.
You remember that, Brother Jay? They just did that not too long ago, brother.
Yep, sure did. The Louisiana state did that. Took away independence. Sure did.
Yeah, you're not independent no more, Brother Jay. No, you got to pick a side. But you know what they want us to say? I ain't gonna vote for nobody. Yeah, that's what they want.
That's all part of that rigmarole they got try before any major election. They start skewing the lines, turn people off from voting. You know, they do more voter suppression than anybody else, and that's the start of it. So you watch for some big old tricks to be played before it lead up to the other big election.
Exactly, though, on midterms, which is in 2026. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna play this video about. Go ahead, Nat. Go ahead.
Well, Brother Jay, what they're gonna do is use black folks to do voter oppression.
Yeah.
That's the black folks gonna do a whole lot of parties. Just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Jay. We can see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I want to show the video about farmers. Let's talk about these farmers and how they crying and want help from Trump. Crying like babies. So here we go.
Alarm. Hundreds gathered this week, pleading with lawmakers for a bailout. The state's agricultural backbone is breaking under the weight of extreme weather, rising input costs, and collapsing export prices. In simple terms, it now costs more to grow crops than farmers can sell them for. And according to the people on the ground, America's food engine is on the verge of collapse.
We have to have ad hoc payments right now to make it through this year.
If relief doesn't come soon, as many as 1 in 3 farmers could be forced into bankruptcy. That's not just in Arkansas, that's throughout the country. But here's what's shocking. In many ways, this is exactly what Arkansas voted for. Like, overwhelmingly so.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me, sir, and you said, I love you. Mr. Trump, I need to see the fruit of your love.
Some might argue, well, the farmers couldn't have known these tariffs would hit them this hard. But that doesn't hold up, because this already happened once before, during Trump's first term. Foreign markets retaliated against his tariffs, exports dropped, costs then spiked, and farmers had to be bailed out. Now it's happening all over again.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words,
billions of your tax dollars are being used to bail out farmers, but some local farmers say it's not enough.
The bailout is supposed to help. The government says the plan is to make direct payments to the farmers hit hardest by the tariffs. But farmers like J.D. Hanna say this isn't a good fix.
No, this is a Band-Aid at best.
Hanna says they didn't ask for the bailout or for the trade war.
We do not want a bailout. We want our markets. We want free trade.
So what exactly is happening on the ground? Agriculture is Arkansas's largest industry, with its annual output estimated at more than $24 billion. And obviously that economic activity relies heavily on multi-generational farms. For Arkansas farmers, the economics are currently upside down. Input costs like fertilizer, seed, diesel, equipment, and labor are running at record highs. Fertilizer prices are spiking in part because tariffs on imported chemicals raised the baseline cost. Diesel prices remain volatile, and equipment is more expensive because tariffs on steel and aluminum have driven up the cost of parts. Now, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, prices for corn, soybeans, and wheat have also fallen to their lowest levels since 2020. At the same time, the state's biggest crop, rice, is down about 40% from last year. And all of it is looking pretty grim. So why exactly are these crops under so much pressure? Well, because tariffs didn't just raise costs here at home, they provoked retaliation abroad. China and other countries have cut back on US imports, choosing to buy from Brazil or Vietnam instead because they're now cheaper. And as a result, it's now left American farmers with fewer buyers and weaker prices. Now remember, Arkansas produces nearly half of America's rice supply. So if farms here collapse, it's not just a local issue. It has impacts throughout the country. And currently, farmers are being hit from both directions. They pay more to put a crop in the ground, but the global market pays them less for selling it. The numbers show how unsustainable this is. Analysts estimate Arkansas farmers could lose more than $1.4 billion by the end of the season. And it's important to state the ripple effects from something like that. Beyond the devastating hit to local farmers, it spreads to out-of-town banks that see more defaults. Equipment dealers get canceled orders, which may result in more layoffs. We've already seen that from John Deere recently. And then rural schools lose out on tax dollars tied to farmland. And this is all in tandem with how it affects U.S. consumers when it comes to buying these products.
We're finally opening.
Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Only Shingrix is proven.
But for Brown, there's something that rounds out all the issues that they are facing, the tariffs.
I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm. When you try to sell a product, okay, U.S. soybeans leaving New Orleans without the tariff to China are cheaper than Brazilian soybeans at the current market. But when you put the tariff on top of them, Brazilian beans are cheaper.
So how can this be fixed?
In the short term, they have no choice but to mail us a check. And I don't know a farmer that likes the check program. Nobody wants to take taxpayer dollars, but nobody wants to go broke. Nobody wants to lose everything. Long term, we have to have options, markets, and places to sell our product.
Now, here's the thing. American farming has always leaned on government support. Crop insurance, price supports, disaster payments. Without them, some farms couldn't survive the swings of weather and global markets. That reliance isn't new. Some farmers have claimed government aid is just a small piece of the pie at 5 or 6% of total earnings. But that kind of understates its importance, in my opinion. Across the US, subsidies often make up 13% or more of net farm income when operating costs and volatility is factored in. So in a year like this, that could absolutely be the difference between staying afloat or being forced to shut down. And this year has just exposed how fragile the safety net really is. Congress obviously passed what was called the One Big Beautiful Bill earlier this year, and on paper it was supposed to strengthen the farm safety net, offering higher guaranteed prices for major crops and extending insurance and support programs well into the next decade. Now that may sound like a win for farmers, but there's a catch. None of those new benefits actually take effect until the 2026 harvest season, which means farmers facing losses today are effectively begging for help in the meantime before that additional relief shows up, time that many farmers simply don't have.
I have filed more Chapter 12s in the last 6 months than I have in any full year.
What I find so interesting about all of this is how much politics is wrapped up in it.
Need cold hard cash? Hickson Autoplex Ford of Alexandria will buy your car and pay top dollar for it, even if it's not a trade. Get cash for your car today at Hickson Autoplex Ford of Alexandria, where the reason we sell so many is because you pay so little.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words.
Arkansas gave Trump one of his largest margins of victory in 2024, and farmers here were central to that support. Now, those same farmers are the ones being crushed by the very trade wars and policy delays that they voted for. That contradiction matters because it tests whether loyalty translates into help when it's needed most. And I'm not going to sit here and say that farmers haven't struggled before. Farming has always been volatile. But what is clear is that tariffs, trade wars, and cuts to the U.S. agricultural aid have gutted farmers across the country. And we're not even a full year in. And this really isn't a theoretical exercise either. We can literally see the consequences in real time. Farmers were burned by tariffs in Trump's first term, and he campaigned again on them in 2024. Did farmers think it wouldn't come back around? Or did they think that this time would just be different? I really don't know.
Even if the government was to step in with a large payment, that might be a temporary Band-Aid. There's a lot of little stuff that could happen and help a little bit, but until our markets turn around and our inputs come down, it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse.
But there's another layer to this, though. See, once these farms go under, consolidation takes over. Land gets scooped up by private equity or larger corporations, sometimes even backed by foreign companies or investment funds, which in turn means fewer family farms, more concentrated control over food production, and even less resilience the next time prices swing, let alone what that does to the US consumer when it comes to the food supply. That's why this moment feels so much more dire than a typical bad year. Farmers know they've survived floods, droughts, and price crashes before. But what they're facing now is a perfect storm made worse by policy choices. And for me, this is where the story becomes bigger than just Arkansas, because I've covered many other states feeling the impacts of these recent policies too. The pattern is clear. Policies like tariffs make it harder for everyone, except the ultra wealthy, who can absorb these hits better than any small business or rural farmer ever could. Then when things get bad enough, they need bailouts from taxpayers to stay afloat. The irony is that the same politicians who brand themselves as defenders of rural America are the ones pushing policies that leave it gasping for air. And then somehow the cycle just continues over and over again. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn about how much Canada's boycott is affecting small
I'm sorry. So, did you hear what they said? Did you hear what he said?
Yeah. You can't fix stupid. I heard you say, how do you fix it? You can't fix stupid, and stupid is voting for an idiot. Yeah. I mean,
see, once again, they was thinking like this here. They're going to hurt them.
Yeah.
They're not going to affect us.
Yeah. Yep.
They thought the whip was just for our backs.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice they voted for it.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice.
And look, they had to get bailed out. I didn't know that. The first time around, they had to get bailed out. The first time when he was in office.
They have long since been. I mean, under some of the Democrats, they had to been bailed out, but this is at an all-time high. Because I mean, you're saying tariffs, right? But look what they did, to the plant in Alabama. That was Alabama or Georgia, where they went into the Hyundai plant, which they signed a long-time agreement with South Korea to build a Hyundai plant that makes the batteries that they were building the components to make the batteries, to hire American workers at that big old electric automobile plant for Hyundai. And they raid the people and take them away like they were criminals. Donald Trump, you can't fix stupid. So he ruined his own relationship with South Korea, because the South Korea government right now, in the article I'm reading, saying the companies that invested, they had already put millions of dollars into that plant, are thinking about not coming to America. So you can't fix stupid, whether it's the farmers, whether it's manufacturing, with this idiot and the people from Project 2025 who's running things.
Yep. I'm glad you said that, because I got 2 videos I want you guys to listen to pertaining to that real quick.
Okay.
So you know how last week the Trump administration raided a Hyundai plant in Georgia and detained like 350 South Koreans? Well, South Korea has just fired back. LG has halted 22 projects in the United States, including the continuing of building this battery factory in Georgia, which was supposed to be completed at the end of the year. And get this, was supposed to create 8,500 new jobs. And now that plant is on hold because South Korea and LG said, if you're going to deport our people, then we're not going to keep building in your country. This is where the short-sightedness of the Trump administration comes in. They think they're going to score these big political points with their base by deporting 350 South Koreans working in a factory. But they've caused us to lose 8,500 jobs in the process, or at least slow it down when the country is already starting to see slow job growth, even in the negative in some instances. These people never think about anything long-term. It's all about winning the politics of the day. Who cares if we get screwed down the road? So was 350 South Koreans deported worth also then losing 8,500 jobs? Plus whatever the jobs are in the 21 other projects that they halted? This is madness. Those are good paying jobs. It would be in the tens of thousands in a time when the country desperately needs jobs. And instead, these idiots are just hellbent on making sure that brown and black people and Asian people are discriminated against and white people feel good about themselves in red states. It's complete madness and it has to stop. There's a reason why Donald Trump's numbers are in the toilet.
Okay, so there's another video. Give me a second here. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can't hear you. Hello?
Yes, sister. No, I was just making a closing point as you go into the video. You can't fix stupid again.
No, you can't fix stupid again. So this young lady, she was being interviewed, and she was telling that her husband works at one of these transformer plants. And this is what she said about the same thing that we, didn't take into consideration. Let me find it. I guess I keep a lot of stuff in my arsenal of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see where. Yeah, it's go ahead, Nat. Go ahead.
Yeah, while you find it, that could actually wipe out of town.
Yeah.
Just imagine that was Alexandria or somewhere around here. Just imagine if Procter & Gamble go out of business.
Yeah.
Well, that'll hurt.
Yeah, that'll hurt real bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Well, here's another thing, and sister, you heard me rave about the sugarcane. In this area we have sugarcane galore, and we got a couple of mills, major mills, sugar mills. Now I'm seeing less and less workers, and most of the workers employed are migrants and Hispanics. Most of them, 90% of them. So I'm seeing they're getting ready to start doing the sugarcane harvesting. It starts in September, and it goes on till maybe February sometime, because they got thousands of acres they cultivated. They're buying up land and using it as sugarcane. So they got in my area, there's about 4 major sugar mills. So the one closest to me, I'm seeing a drop in Hispanic workers. So I'm saying, Will, and I dared them in the show that we used to do. I used to say, well, Jeff Landry, you gonna let your ICE buddies from Trump agenda come down there and round up all these people? Who's gonna make that sugar mill run? Because a lot of black folks who they thought would get those black jobs, they say they're not going to work in that type of business no more because it's a rough job. They got people for that, and I'm not being racist. We know most of them were Hispanics for the last 20 years. And I want to see, Nat, if they're going to go in there and round these people up during the height of sugar harvesting and sugar grinding, what they call it, at sugar grinding at the sugar mill. I want to see if that's going to happen. Because most of the people, if you go to the Louisiana Secretary of State website, most of these farmers are owned by these corporations, and they give heavily, they give to Democrats, but they give heavily to the Republicans' MAGA agenda. So I want to see if they're going to be doing like they did in Georgia, and go and raid the honey plant and got rid of these South Koreans. I want to see if they can pick up the Hispanics, the few that they got working, few that they got left, and try to get the blacks. Give them the black jobs that they used to have back in the day when they used to use a sugar cane cutter, a cane knife, which nobody in their right mind would be doing that shit now. Excuse me for cursing. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. You right. Right.
Well, Brother Jay, them people are Honduras people. They come on, a lot of them come from Honduras. The drivers. But see, this was going to happen, Brother Jay.
Yeah.
The DOT want to catch it.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
And you can't speak English now. Remember, Trump
Right.
said if you
Right.
read or speak
Right.
English, you don't need to be driving a truck.
Yep. Yep.
They gonna catch with DOT, brother Jay. Just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
they
get my popcorn. I want to see how this gonna play out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need that much sugar. I mean, there's a lot of shit. I don't need that in my old age. I don't need that much sugar, my brother.
But see, brother Jay, by me being out here like this, they're pulling some people over. And if you can't speak English,
yep.
Oh, you can't drive the truck.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
And see, yeah. So what they're going to do is, because you know the ICE now is working with DOT in some areas. In Florida, ICE is working at the way stations and the
right.
It's like stations you go into, inspect fruits and stuff like that. ICE is working in there. So,
Even the Louisiana State Police, even I done seen them stop a couple of cane trucks already. You know, and who knows what they're stopping them for, but you know. Because Louisiana, Governor Jeff Landry did say there's an agreement that the Louisiana State Police will cooperate with the ICE agents.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they got you right there.
They sure do. You're right. You're right.
From him that I think a lot of people are not aware of. My husband's an electrician. He works at the giant electrical substations. You know, the big ones you see or drive by. They provide the electricity throughout multiple cities in big metroplexes, big cities. Yeah, that's where he works. I was telling him about, this is crazy. I was telling him about how sad it was that these South Koreans at that Hyundai company got taken by ICE, because this is really bad, because Hyundai has a billions of dollars of contracts and deal with the American government. Okay. And the people that they arrested were here on work visas training American people. They were here through the Hyundai company training them, all through a business deal. Okay. This is really bad. And my husband said, yeah, you want to know what's even worse? Hyundai makes electrical transformers, giant electrical transformers that they use at these substations that help power our electricity. And he said there are only a couple countries in this world that make them, and America isn't. And that is where they get their electrical transformers, from fucking Hyundai. Fucking Trump administration screwed another pooch on this one, because if South Korea pulls out, we're fucked again. We're just losing. Our fucking country's turning into a fucking shithole because of this administration. Motherfuckers.
So you heard what she said. Her husband told her that those transformers that power our cities are made in South Korea by Hyundai.
Wow. So maybe that hat he got is on his head. That hat he got on the head, hey, stupid, it's a cult. I just say you can't fix stupid.
Yeah.
So he's proving me right again.
Yeah. You said it's Venezuela? Go ahead.
I think it's Venezuela. I know it's over there in North Korea and two other places, I think. Because I haul transformer oil. I haul the stuff that goes in those things. It ain't nothing mineral oil. All it is, the mineral oil you buy off the store, off Walmart shelf.
Yeah.
Mineral oil. That's all transformer oil is. Right. That's all it is. And she's right. And if that break down, you got to call them down the country to get the part. Yeah. And they are picking me. So, in other words, if lights go out somewhere and they got to fix that substation, if they don't get that part from Hyundai or in South Korea, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
And they also make the chip that goes there too.
Yeah. And you got to look at LG makes our televisions and our appliances, right?
Yeah, they make a lot of electronic.
They make a lot of electronics. Okay. LG and Honda. He said LG and Honda. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So next time you might want to purchase your phone or something, you better check that price, because that price is going to be a little bit different.
Well, those tariffs just will start hitting as of the end of the year, real big time.
Yes,
and that's when the problem, because you know that yesterday there was the job numbers went down, and today was inflation is starting to build up more rapidly. They talked about at a 2% rate, and so that could translate into some real bad stuff down by the end of the year. So people need to know that maybe Santa Claus, which I don't believe in, Nat, Santa Claus won't be so happy this year with Trump, and he might pray for some divine intervention, I guess.
Well, Brother Jay, Sony's already raising the price of their PlayStation.
Yes.
Where's Sony come from now?
Yes. So I'm gonna have to think about getting juvenile officers for my grandkids, because they might be in an uproar. Yes. Oh,
Brother
yes.
Jay, let me tell you what I do, Brother Jay. I follow the trend and I invest in it. You think I didn't get no Sony stop when they split? I know it's gonna happen. But see, we're not gonna stop buying this stuff.
Yeah. No, we're not. You're right. We're not.
We're not. The prices went up already, and even Sister Salita could tell you I'm on Amazon, which I don't want to support Jeff Bezos anymore. But sometimes you have to do that, and the prices have doubled. A camera component from overseas was $100. I'm just saying the average price. The next time I went to put it in the cart, it was like $150. That does not make any sense. I never saw the price rise so that high and that fast when this clown keeps coming on television and saying, we got tariffs. No, we're going to give him a 5% cut. Then we got tariffs the next day. We're going to give him a 10%. I mean, he's just screwing up. People don't even understand how much this idiot is touching everybody by just him opening his mouth. When he say things like that and the economy goes south.
Yeah. It's crazy. It is really crazy. It is really crazy what we're going through, and it's unnecessary.
Yeah,
it's another video I want to show y'all real quick. Hold up. Where's that video? Here it goes. Okay, she's gonna be cussing, so I'm gonna let y'all know that right now before we get started.
I heard a lot of F-bombs in the last one. So
yeah, she's gonna be cussing. They're interviewing someone, and this person made a crazy comment or something. You'll see, and she went there. Sister girl went there all the way. Okay.
War. You have Maxine Waters. You have Michelle Obama.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Don't come up on here trying to put black people in this shit. What happened to Charlie happened in white Utah with all white people. Why are you talking about black people? Don't talk about no motherfucking black woman when Charlie Kirk was gunned down in white ass Utah. Don't come up on here with that shit. Don't come up on here with that shit. Talk about a white person. Do not bring black women in this shit. Black women ain't never been nobody's motherfucking mass shooter. We ain't never had nothing to do with that shit. Don't have no motherfucking black woman's name out your mouth over no Charlie Kirk. Now what? Move on.
Look at the guy.
Why are we in it? What the fuck does the black woman have to do with goddamn white ass Utah? The only black woman in Utah I know is married from Real Fucking Housewives of Salt Lake City. And she a goddamn preacher.
And let's be clear, Maxine Waters was one of the most outspoken critics of the Iraq War. To even make the comparison is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
don't
he
do
already
that
hung up.
shit. That's why I'm telling you about these motherfuckers. They glitching out because it wasn't a black person in sight. And now they got to bring us in it. HBCUs getting threats. For what? Why are you talking about Michelle Obama? Michelle Obama said, "Let it go low, we go high." How the fuck is Michelle Obama in it? Why is Maxine Waters is 80-something years old? Why are they in it? Go talk about what Donald fucking Trump. We just talked about Jesse Waters. Don't come up on here on this black ass radio station talking about fucking political violence and black women, because there ain't never been no case. Never. I'm not going for it. And I'm trying to keep it cute, but do not fucking bring black women in on this shit. We ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing.
You heard that.
Damn, she sound like somebody I know. Damn, Dad.
Wait a minute, what you trying to say? What you trying to say, man? What you trying to say? You heard what she said. She said, "Don't bring. We ain't got nothing to do with it." First thing come out their mouth is always trying to bring. They're going after the HBCU. We ain't did nothing to y'all. Y'all mad because y'all thought that y'all were gonna get us in the streets when they start protesting the first time, and you couldn't get us out in the streets. We stood down like we were told to do.
Agree, they glitching out big time.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing to do with what happened. Not one thing. And I was telling earlier on my TikTok live, I was telling them earlier that there was a journalist that was out there in Washington, D.C. when they first started protesting. And it was nothing but a sea of white folks. You know what he said? He said, there's not a cop around here. Now, just imagine if we was in that sea of white folks. They would have had a cop on every corner. We know when they bring out the SWAT teams is when we show up in these protests. And when they did show up, it was 2 black women who got arrested, but I don't know if it was in Washington, D.C., but they showed up. And then somebody complained, like, didn't we tell y'all to stay out? They basically said, say your black asses at home, stay out of this. So it was 2 black women that did get arrested in one of those protests. But I think it was prior to Washington, D.C. But it was like, didn't we say stay at home, stay out of this? This ain't our fight.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Stay out of it. Because whenever something happens to us, they do not come out. Those same people do not come out for us. But the only time the cops show up, is when we're in the midst of all them damn people. That's when they show up. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You gotta understand now, when you're raised a certain way, and it all depends on how you were taught. You know, they got a slave mentality where they got to have compassion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when you have compassion, even though the same people you have compassion for will turn around and fight you,
mm-hmm.
you gotta have compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's what's wrong with us. We always want to get in their business, and you don't see them. The only white man that I know of and respect is two of them that I found out about. Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
His name is. He had a white man. He was named after a white man, a slave owner. But his father gave him some slavery. He let his slaves go because he didn't believe in slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And John Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They might have others. But see, as soon as black folks get in their business, that gives them a reason to go do something. Because remember the last time when they had a riot, there was a white man knocking the windows out and stuff like that.
Sure was.
Around.
Yep.
And they wanted to blame the black people.
Yep.
You see, so if we at home and we ain't doing nothing,
nope.
We ain't got no, let them fight. Oh, but for God's sake, man, look, let me tell you something. Look, Paul said in the Bible, I'd rather give you the milk of the Bible instead of give you the meat of the Bible because you can't understand the meat of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let that just for another day.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta leave stuff alone.
Yeah, we gotta learn to stand down.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
See, it ain't got nothing to do with us.
Got nothing to do with us.
Why would you worry about that? And food steady going up. The pay rates not going up.
Yeah.
We got nothing to be worried about to worry about somebody else's business.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Our black women that worked in a majority of the federal system workforce, over 300,000 black women lost their positions. Over 300,000. And they just had a court order saying you got to hire them people back. Because you wrongfully let them go. So you got to hire them people back. But that's the issue we're dealing with. That's what we're concerned about. And when you told that story, Nat, it came to me, that story about the ideal that this lady found a wounded snake, and she took the snake home and healed it back, and the snake turned around and bit it. So he said to her, you knew what I was when you picked me up. I was a snake, so you knew I was gonna bite you. So you know how they're gonna do us, so stay the hell out of their way.
Yeah, you knew what I was. You know exactly what I was.
Yeah. You knew exactly what I was. Oh Lord, y'all. Oh Lord. Who's that?
You see it, huh?
Yeah, oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. We've been having a great show.
Yes.
Trouble done come in the room. Trouble done come in the room.
Yes.
What do you?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm not trouble. I'm a good friend to the show and to the people that are on the panel and everything. So I don't know why you call me trouble. Unless you profile me, do I fit the description?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, well, say less.
Yeah.
No, we were just talking about the protests, us being in the protest, and I was telling him about a journalist. I was watching him because he was out there, and he was like blatantly saying there's not a cop for miles around. But when you looked at who was out there, it wasn't us. It was all of them. And remember when they were in Austin and they were protesting in Austin, Texas, they was at the courthouse or the city hall in Austin. They said the same thing again. It wasn't none of us out there. And there wasn't no cops out there.
Well, it's going to show you, Mr. Because some people got rights and some people got liberty.
There you go.
Just two separate things. It's two separate things. People got to understand that. And then I thought you're supposed to have a permit to do that stuff. They don't have no permit. They just do what they want to do.
We don't know they didn't have a permit. We don't know that for sure.
J. Edgar Hoover said, we cannot let the black people unite.
Yeah, he sure
He
did.
didn't say nothing about the white people.
He sure did. He sure did.
Don't let the black people unite. So, hey, I don't know. But my concern right now is the lady that died January 6th.
Oh yeah.
They want to give up full military. They want to give up full military services or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. They
And
did.
now this guy died, and they want to fly him on Air Force One, whatever they did. I'm not understanding this.
Yeah. I think they gave him Air Force 2 because I guess Trump said no. I don't want
he ain't getting no Air Force
around
One
with me.
Stop it, y'all. Stop it, y'all.
I'm not understanding. It's like when they do this, it's work. They get treated a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Dylan Roof went to the windows after he killed 9 people.
He sure did. He sure did. He wound up getting a what's the name? Yeah, you talking about Ashley Babbitt? Hold up. Let's play. This is what's getting ready to happen for her too. Let me play this for her family. This is what's getting ready to happen for her family. Here we go.
The Trump administration set to pay out nearly $5 million in a settlement to the family of the January 6th rioter who was shot and killed. Ashley Babbitt's family sued, claiming the Capitol police officer who shot her as she attempted to enter a broken window during the Capitol attack was negligent in his duties. The Justice Department cleared the officer of any criminal wrongdoing.
Well, you don't get a damn dime, then. You can't die in doing a crime and then say I'm gonna get paid for it. What happened there? No, you was committing a crime and you got unalive. And now you're afraid they're gonna get paid for it.
Yeah.
And all these unarmed black people that get killed out here in America and they don't get a damn dime.
Yeah.
Sonya Nelson, that lady said, I rebuke you, and she got shot down like a dog in her own home.
Yeah.
Jamil Rice, a 12-year-old boy, was playing with a cap gun, and they killed him. And you think they gonna get the same privilege? They family gonna get all that kind of money? The girl in Kentucky, they no, not one.
Yeah.
And them going there and killing the lady. And so many others. And then man, America ought to be ashamed of itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blatant sign of disrespect.
Yep.
And then guess what? Charlie Kirk's wife go sue that school because they gonna say they can have enough security.
Yep. And she gonna get paid.
Just watch.
She gonna
Just
get
watch.
paid.
Guess what? They didn't have enough security for my husband to come there. I'm sorry.
We just got to be aware of a lot of that bull on social media, where you got even memes of or pictures or articles of Deion Sanders crying and giving a heartfelt wish to the family of Charlie Kirk. A lot of that stuff is some fake stuff that they're doing, and even some other people who are not MAGA people, they just want to clown like that. And that's the problem, because I see a lot of people from my area in my hometown, they liking that stuff and saying, praying too. See, that's the bull that the good thing about social media and the bad thing about social media. It's just like real life. You know, you got good and bad here and there. But they got a lot of memes or articles saying that certain notable people are giving praise or giving salutes to Charlie Kirk for being a great American. Well, I mean, great American in the form of a great white supremacist, you know, that's understandable, you know.
Yeah.
That's what they're putting out right now on social media.
Exactly.
Well, Brother Jay, if any superstar athlete come out and say any damn thing about Charlie Kirk, we need any black superstar, we need to take his black card. Because when they start trying to say something about the black people,
that check will be shortened up. Because we saw what happened to Colin Kaepernick and others over the years.
Yeah, so they should say a damn thing about him. So LeBron James, shut up and dribble. You ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't say nothing about it. Because you can't say nothing about George Floyd.
Yep.
That's right. Once it's still right. So why y'all gonna say something about him?
Yeah.
What's your comment about him?
I like this other photo. You just put up a powerful photo, powerful moment of J.D. Vance carries Charlie Kirk's coffin. No, he didn't. He got his hand on the coffin while he got some soldiers. This is so blasphemy for a sister like Sister Salida, the host of the show, who served in the military, to have this stuff go down right like this, where they got military. This is a real picture. A military soldiers dressed in military. I guess they're soldiers, sister, coming off of Air Force 2. They gave him 2. Trump is number 1.
Well, wait a minute. Wait. Stop. Yo, he just died. How the hell are they burying him now? He just died.
No. His body on his way back to his home state.
Yeah.
Got me?
They got to bury him quick. They're gonna go back to the
he got his hand on the coffin, but they say he's carrying the body.
Oh Lord. Oh
man,
Lord.
This is so ridiculous. And this is what I'm saying, proving everything is not logical now. And why should I worry? Because this is the kind of reality they're trying to put on the backs of everybody. And our regular people and our young people. They're trying to put that reality on, which is nothing but stagecraft, witchcraft, with everything else thrown up. You know, you can watch it in one of the movies, you know.
Exactly. Now I found that article. I think that was you, Nat, talking about the ideal that Ashley Babbitt should get the honors. It says here, Dem senator to oppose military honors for Capitol rioter Ashley Babbitt. This is a Democratic senator will attempt this week to block the Defense Department from providing full military funeral honors to veterans killed while attempting to breach the House floor during the Capitol riots January 6, 2021. Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego, who served in the Marine Corps in Iraq in late August, wrote on social media that the veteran former airman Ashley Babbitt deserved nothing, certainly not full military honors, because of her actions in the attempted insurrection. Babbitt was shot by a Capitol police officer after repeatedly warning while she attempted to climb into the speaker's lobby of the House of Representatives. Supporters of President Donald Trump have insisted her death was an overreaction by law enforcement officials, even though the officer involved was cleared of any criminal wrongdoing. In May, the Trump administration agreed to pay $5 million to Babbitt's family as part of the wrongful death settlement. The White House also reversed the decision by President Joe Biden to deny Babbitt a military funeral in recognition of her 4 years on active duty and 8 years in National Guard and Air Force Reserves. Gallego was a representative from Arizona in January 2021 and was among the numerous House members who were barricaded inside the House chamber when Babbitt was shot, unable to reach safety because of the crowds overrunning police forces in the Capitol building. The senator's office said specifics of his legislation was still yet to be worked out, but could be introduced as early as Wednesday. CNN reported that language in the proposal under consideration would state that giving Babbitt military honors will bring the discredit upon the Air Force and glorify or legitimize the actions of those who sought to overturn the Constitution of the United States. Gallego's bid to block the military honors is unlikely to succeed in the Republican-controlled Senate. The chamber this week is debating the annual defense authorization bill, and any amendments to this measure would require significant Republican support. Several Republican senators have been publicly critical of Trump's action to spur on rioters ahead of the January 6th attack, but have not shied away from taking any formal actions against him or the individuals involved. Now, you know, right now in the Oversight Committee, they're talking about his involvement in January 6th right now.
Right.
His involvement, spurring it on. And I don't know if you guys know, when they went back to analyze the January 6th situation, they were saying some of those senators left doors open. You heard what I just said?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
So it could have been where they were helping along. I don't know which senators it was, but they were saying that they were leaving doors and stuff open so that these guys could get in there. So if he go down, he ain't going by himself for January 6th. I promise you, he'll sacrifice a couple of them senators.
Yeah.
to make sure he's not the only one there. Yeah. Okay. That's what he gonna do. Because he don't believe about, he's gonna save his face. He's just gonna do that. He's gonna save his face.
Well, Mr. McCall, I think the law states, I don't know if it's in Washington, D.C., but if someone dies while committing a felony, the other person is responsible for that.
That's right.
I'm talking about the person that you was with.
Yeah.
So if we go do a crime and I get killed, you get charged with murder.
Yeah.
So who was she with to get, so they can get charged with the murder?
Well, it was what, 1,500 people in that building? Because that's how many apartments he gave. Oh Lord. Yeah, it was 15. It was about 1,500 apartments.
And they don't want to put me for a sack of weed.
And then one of those guys wind up going back to prison, and then one guy died. Wasn't even out a good, I don't know if he'd been out a good year, and he died, got killed or something. Something happened to him. But one wind up back in prison again. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 1,500 pardons, because that was about 1,500 of them that went through there. It was more than that. But I guess the ones who literally they arrested was the ones who got pardoned.
You see that black boy didn't get no pardon, didn't he?
No, he sure didn't. And he was the only one there.
All you had to do was mind his damn business.
All you had to do was mind his damn business. It had shit to do with him.
Take these 10 with you. These 10 with you. Take these 10 with you, but mind the business.
Mind the
That was
business.
them doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they had to go in that part of them people stuff.
Yep. Yep.
And they gave him a cool 10 years.
They gave him a 10-year
What about
sentence.
me?
And did
Yeah,
Trump
what about me?
did Trump pardon him? Hell to the no. He's still sitting in prison. That's what we be talking about.
Right.
When we talk about that Django on chain, a picture, that's what we talking about. That's what we talking about.
Right. Right.
Because he's still sitting in prison to this day. But everybody else, 1,500 pardoned, and his name wasn't even on that list. Sure did. Y'all gonna learn today. Trump ain't, it's one thing about Trump, he's been consistent. He said he don't give two F's about y'all. He showed you that in the first term,
Right.
and they turned around and put him back in there, and he showed you that again. Now, I'm gonna say this about our black men. We did have some black men that voted for Trump. Keep that in mind. There was a percentage of them voted for him.
Right.
Wasn't the black women, it was the black men.
Okay.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And January 6th, and that man being the only one not pardoned, that would make me say, oh, hell no, I ain't about to vote for this man.
That's the same thing you did to Tim Scott. Oh, you thought I liked you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Tim, we used you.
Oh,
Yeah,
Timmy.
we used you, fool.
Oh, Timmy. You talking about old Timmy?
Yeah, and look, that dude, I put it in the that dude done Timmy Scott just like I done Reddish. Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
I saw that.
Messing up, Brother Jay. In the public, just like you supposed to have them, Brother Jay.
Yeah, he did. He did it.
Oh, Brother Jay.
He did. He handled him in public. Sure
Yes.
did.
If I catch him in public, Brother Jay, if I catch him in public and ain't done something wrong,
Yeah.
either you're going to do two things. You're going to take out running, or you're going to stay there and get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Best guy do like Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson take out running every time he see him. Gonna get it.
You talking about Red X?
Yeah, Reddix. He got Reddix when they were doing something.
Didn't he marry? Well, you see the thing with the senator from South, he married Snowflake, so I guess he wasn't that shame with the brother was coming. I wonder if Red X, he married a Snowflake too.
He loved them snow bunnies. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sister, why you say that?
Huh?
Yeah, he go out in the snow sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he get that snow, he gonna get in. Yeah. Brother Jay, when you do politicians like that, it's because they really, really messing over people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they stand to see our people get messed over.
Yeah.
And you just sit up there and just laugh about it. No. It ain't gonna go down like that.
Right.
You know, you finna get this backlash for doing what you done.
Mm-hmm.
And see, Brother Jay, I got a thing where I crack out the whip, Brother Jay. Like on, we got a city council named Cindy Perry.
Right.
She know about the whips. I tell you, Brother Jay, Brother Jay, he get boots down here sometime. We're up here. But I want people got to know as a whole that we have the power. All we got to do is use it for the right thing.
Right.
That's right.
Instead of, Brother Jay, when they have these trail rides, Brother Jay, it be thousands of people out there, Brother Jay. And when it comes down to voting, Brother Jay, you don't have a tenth of that at the voting polls.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
We got them. The ones we got in Baton Rouge, to me, it had no hope. I mean, we might have a few. We might have a few, but we have no hope for the ones in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
One's Baton Rouge, I just like this black caucus they got.
Yeah.
Brother Jay,
it's a joke. It's a joke.
Brother Jay, I make them like a clown circus, Brother Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But enough for the black people just to say they're around.
Yep.
Definitely.
You see, they're not trying to raise minimum wage or nothing like that. They're not trying to get affordable housing that people can buy in Louisiana. They do stuff just to say, "Oh, we're around."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the lobbyists, and I said there, I went there a couple of times, sister, and we talk. The lobbyists got more power when they enter that building. You got the state troopers escorting somebody who's a lobbyist. They get the red carpet. guy show up like me with a camera, covering a group. Hey, where you going? Let me empty your pockets. You got brothers, security guards, or whatever. You know, I mean, they could escort me to the bathroom. Watch me everywhere I go. The lobbyists come through there with their briefcase. That's it. They're red carpet. This is the mindset of these people in Baton Rouge.
It's about money. Everything is about moving money. That's what it's about. It's about moving money.
That's why we're in the fix we're in. I mean, it goes down all the way down to the dog catcher at every municipality, every jurisdiction. It's all about money.
It's all about that dollar bill.
Yeah. And they must be paying some good money, because we had one guy that split his whole thing on Peter Williams out of Let's Work, Louisiana.
Right.
Is his name Peter Williams, Mr. Long?
Yeah, his name is Peter Williams. He's a farmer, matter of fact.
Right.
He's a farmer.
Yeah, he's a farmer.
Yep.
Oh, Brother Jay, he came in there blowing smoke, Brother Jay, like a damn Indian. Oh, yes, give him a credit now. And Brother Jay, guess what? Now he's a Republican.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that'll convert you quick.
Because he ran for the congressional seat for District 6, that new district that they created. And speaking of that, let me tell y'all something.
Okay, you're talking about Peter Williams, yeah.
Yeah, Pete. Well, we call him Petey.
Okay.
Yeah, you talking about Peter Williams?
Yeah, he came down to the show. Yeah, he was blowing a lot of smoke. Yes.
Yeah. Now he's a Republican.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a Republican. So on October 15, they will start arguing about this gerrymandering for Louisiana. Because remember, they said the Supreme Court ain't touching nothing until next year. That's what they claim. Up until Texas did their gerrymandering. When Texas did their gerrymandering, now all of a sudden, they're going to be starting their arguments about the gerrymandering on October 15th.
Right.
So, and I said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. Louisianans, if you're out there, you better pay attention to this. You guys better be looking and paying attention to this whole court proceeding, because I'm telling you right now, this is going to set precedents across the nation.
Yes.
They're trying to do everything they can to take away our voters' rights. They're trying to set up a system where it's going to be taxation without representation. Because if they take away our voters' rights through these gerrymanderings and getting the Republicans in those seats, then that is a perfect taxation without representation. That means that other people will be able to vote for us because we're not going to have that power anymore.
That's the big playbooks out of the 2025 boys.
That's right.
I'm not going to keep saying project, because that's the game plan to put us all in the projects in 2025. But that's their playbook. That's part of it, and that's going to set a precedent with the voting provisions of the Voting Right Act. People don't understand how serious this is.
Exactly. And they've been stripping the Voters' Right Act. If you go and look at it from its inception, they've been stripping away from it for the longest. Me and Brian used to have this conversation on KTTP, and I think I told you guys about this before, where we could not understand why the voters' right is still an act. Why hasn't it been part of the amendment in the Constitution?
Right.
Why is it? See, if it was an amendment in the Constitution, it will be hard to change it, because one thing we don't do is change that Constitution. That Constitution hasn't been touched in years. Okay? So it would be hard to mess with it if it was an amendment in the Constitution. But they knew if they would make it an amendment in the Constitution, guaranteed you, we would definitely be on the top of a lot of things, because then we have that voting power. But they didn't want to make it that. And I couldn't understand, but then I know how. I know now. When Obama was in office, they didn't fight it then. When Biden was in office, they didn't fight it then. When we had any Democratic president, it wasn't fought to turn it into an amendment. That bothered me. for a long time because it would not benefit those people in office or in power if you made that from an act to an amendment. It wouldn't benefit them. And the people that they already know they want in those positions would never be in those positions.
Exactly.
Because the power would be in the Voters' Right Act. I mean, in the amendment, it would be considered an amendment instead of an act.
Right.
Well, Mr. Call, we fought gerrymandering on the local level.
We sure did. We sure did.
We fought it on the, and the people came out. Wasn't a lot, but they came out. So, hey, you fight on the local level. Don't say nothing when it hits the state.
That's right. Don't say nothing because that means no matter where you go in the United States, if this case goes through and they win, no matter where you go, you're going to still be in a position where it's taxation without representation.
Also, you go find there going to be less. I mean, some people take solace in it. Well, they got other black folks or people of color representing us on another, might be in another state, but at least we got somebody fighting in another state, even though it don't want to affect us directly. Well, I got news for people. A lot of the seats in black majority district will be eliminated under if that would pass.
If that doggone what's the name pass, if that case pass and it goes in their hands, you're right. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're trying to wipe us completely out of the voting system, period. That's what they're trying to do. They don't think we have the right to vote.
Well, Mr. McCall, next they'll be putting jelly beans in the jar.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in the jelly beans in the jar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm in the season of watermelon, you know.
But and I'm gonna say this again. I'm not saying the people who are listening, but you put him in that office. Mm-hmm. You put him in that office, and I don't care if nobody don't like the idea that we ain't crying and begging and we forgive and we ain't doing none of that. I'm sorry, that's over. That's been done.
He got enabled a long time ago by other people when they didn't participate by putting other people on the local level in office. Because look at this state. Look at the discussion on old cartoon Clay Higgins, Yosemite Sam. We elected this fool. He was part of that movement even before Trump, and they got a lot of them. The Mike Johnson, the little weak, because somebody called him a little weak ass wimp. People like him, the foghorn leghorn senator who got looked like he had red lipstick. I'm sorry, I'm just being descriptive of it. You know,
talking about
Kennedy. I mean, like he kissing up on something all the time. I hope he don't get anything happen to his lips. But we got people like that who don't give a damn about us, and we enabled that long time ago. So by them being in power, they were able to put that person in the White House. So see, I mean, it's a long drawn out situation that got to this. They went. Remember, they were George Bush Republicans. They went from George Bush to Tea Party. Jeff Landry was one of the leaders to the MAGA agenda, which is a Nazi, another word for new Nazi. This is where they're at now. When you marry the Klan and the Nazis together, you got MAGA. You know, that's my theory. You know,
you're right. You're so right.
But some of the people who didn't participate, and I'm not shaming people into voting, but some of our elected officials, black elected officials, they are the biggest creators of voter apathy. You know, think about it. If you don't have anything to motivate the crowd, but you want to go out there and criticize them every election cycle, and you're not motivating and giving the truth to the people what they need, where you create that voter apathy when people say, I'm fed up with these black politicians. I just elected that dude and he don't even look at me. When he come home in a nice suit and car, but he still could come talk to me. He don't have town hall meetings. He don't really participate. So the biggest creator of that, I think, in my theory, one of my theories, are the same elected officials who are accusing us of not voting. They create that voter apathy.
Yeah, that's right. And another thing, and I'm glad you said what you said, because me and Nat was them. We were trying to push for them to do town hall meetings. That's a big thing for us to so that the people know, huh?
I wanted to do it.
We got one to do it. That's right. We sure did. That's right.
Yeah. Well, once every 2 months, you gonna have one. Yeah. Hey, bring it out. Boy, you scared look mighty black. Get you out the back of their whip.
But when was the last time he had one?
I think it's every 3 months.
Okay. When was the last?
I think he's planning another one right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You had one. I went to one. You had one after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about the only one.
Yeah. The other ones ain't having no town hall. Yeah, they're not having.
It was a town hall meeting. It wasn't a community center where a community meeting where they just pop up there.
Yeah.
They actually did something.
Yeah.
But the citizens gotta want it also though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, maybe they don't know what to ask for.
Nat,
Nat.
I know you didn't just say that. I know you didn't say that.
What?
What you just said. They don't know what to ask for. You being sarcastic, right? They don't know what to ask for.
Listen, just because they listen to it, that don't mean they hear it.
Because I think we said I'm dark skinned. So I know we said it till we blew in the face. We gave them step by step how to do everything that they know. I got you. I mean,
but we put it out there.
Yeah.
It get weird. See, Brother Jay, it's like this around here, Brother Jay. It's kind of sad. They don't want to deal with us around here, Brother Jay. The politicians don't want to deal with us.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
We just shut down city hall meetings, stop the mayor from getting $100 billion. So,
yeah.
It is what it is, Brother Jay. We're not liked by a lot of people, but I don't care about being liked by a lot of people.
Me neither.
As long as we're doing what's right.
Yep, for the people. As long as we're doing for the people.
Yeah.
Everything. It's so funny that the other day they had what you call a core board. That's the cure board is dealing with the utilities, because we in the city that they own their own utilities, right? So it was so weird that they are trying to now tout they're trying to convince them to raise the rates on the utilities, right? So they have a president, I guess he must be the president of the board. So he was explaining to the board why they need to raise the rates. And the weirdest thing is everything that he stood there and said, Mr. Porter and us had been saying it all the time. And it was just the weirdest feeling. It was the weirdest feeling that everything we have been telling the public and the people about what was going on with the utilities, that's what he said.
That's what you said.
And it was just from just listening, going to the city council meetings, doing the research, reading, understanding. We talk about it in our groups, breaking it down, and then we bring it on the show. And everything we were saying, it came out in that CURE meeting about the utilities. It's in trouble. It's in trouble. We said it.
Yep. Well, y'all have a nice time.
Well,
send me your phone number so I can call in more.
Okay, cool. Mike?
Yeah.
Brother Jay.
Oh, Brother Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to send you that number. Yeah.
Okay, so you got... Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got any last words, Brother Jay?
Oh, okay. It sounds like you having me walk the plank or something. Okay. The way you said it, You can't tell with all that going on, things flying around and people just disappearing. I don't know. But look, you saw that UFO. I'm gonna say something. You saw where they talked about some more distraction. It might be real. Where they shot this Hellfire missile at a UFO and it just bounced off of the UFO. That was a big story yesterday that was eclipsed by the Charlie Kirk story. Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Okay, hold
You
up,
know, that's some weird stuff that they could be talking about doing some crisis, you know. What about what happened in Poland with the drones? But you want to talk about the UFO getting shot with a missile. Oh man, you don't know what to believe no more.
Oh, okay, I found it. I didn't know that. Hold up, y'all. We gonna look at this.
See
Today,
that?
don't
You
give me
see
no
that? You got a lot of distraction stories going on. I just distracted. I just proved my point.
You just did it. You did it. You
There's a lot
did
of
it.
distractions going on.
Hold
Ain't
up.
nobody not worried about the Epstein file.
Yeah.
Hold up here. Lord Jesus.
So there is a story. There is a real story on that. You know.
USA Today Cars.
Hold up.
Start your engine.
Hold up.
Stay ahead of business threats with 24/7 proactive network security from Optimum Business. Get secure internet starting at just $70 a month. And add a 5-year price lock when you upgrade to 1 gig. Optimum Business. Don't take slow for an answer.
They put it in big. Look at that. A newly released video shows U.S. drone missile appeared to be ineffective as the target.
They said it was a Hellfire missile, and that's supposed to be some powerful missiles, right?
I'm not going to speculate what it is, but the question is, what you know, why are we being blocked from this information?
Okay. Yeah, they showed it hit it, and then it just bounced off. It hit a couple pieces, knocked off a couple pieces.
Pieces knocked off, followed the UFO off screen. So
yeah.
What was you say, y'all?
Okay, it says never before seen a video shown during a congressional hearing purports to depict a U.S. military drone attempting and failing to shoot down a mysterious orb-like object. Provided by a whistleblower to a member of the U.S. House, the video was arguably highlight of a lengthy hearing September 9th on Capitol Hill surrounding UFOs, which the government now refers to as unidentified anomalous phenomena. Oh gosh, or
yeah, they're gonna make us stop talking about it by just saying those words like that. I understand.
Yeah, just forget it. Yeah. So it's basically saying that they did try to hit it, have testified under oath, a shadowy military program to retrieve the study not only interstellar, but alien craft, but the testosterone. No, extraterrestrial.
Yeah, you could add that too. Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial testosterone.
Extraterrestrial.
That would be new. Okay.
Yeah. So it actually, they said it was off the coast of Yemen, October 30th, 2024, off the coast of Yemen, shows an unknown object Burleson referred to as an orb being tracked by an MQ-9 drone, also known as a Reaper. Oh.
Yeah, shot up. It actually was. It had. That's one of those big drones with those Hellfire missiles that's supposed to explode everything on. You know.
Yeah. So I'm saying this.
Why would they put that in the news cycle, to distract from one story to the other big distraction that came out yesterday?
But you guys think about how they do it. They say they flood us. Remember, they flood us, flood the news. What's the name? Cycle with all this stuff. Yeah, that's what they do. Just so they don't have to talk about the Epstein files. That's what that was.
Yeah, I guess.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's probably, you know, it's probably a real story, but it's more than likely they long since had known about it, but they just now putting it out.
Exactly.
I wonder if Trump is smart enough to say, "Hey, look, you got something for the rainy day? We could put it out." He's not that smart, so it must be Stephen Miller, I guess. So.
Yeah, look. Let's see what's going on now. Let's see. Can you sure you ain't got nothing in the news cycle to talk about this? Come on now. Come on.
Like I say, a lot of strange things are happening. people just got to pay attention, sister. I really appreciate you having me on tonight. It's interesting, and I really appreciate it. It's an honor to hear Nat on the same radio program I'm on. I really appreciate it, brother. But he gonna keep it real, because we got some toes our way that keep it real, but I know Nat will keep it real and on point.
Brother Jay, I'm just a Trump driver, Brother Jay.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's all I am. Nothing more.
I see a lot out of it, though, Brother Jay. And I hear hustle a lot from people. I hear hustle a lot. And when you hustle, you find out some very, very strange stuff. See, they really want a civil war to break out.
That's what they're trying.
There you go. That's what I've been saying, and we've been talking about, me and Brother Keith on the other show. They want to create chaos. You do things. What you do? You create the chaos first, and then you justify the means to the end. You know.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that's what they really want to do. As long as we just say, look, man, we ain't got nothing. Whatever y'all do, that's y'all business. We ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
All right. You know, so,
That's exactly right. You are so right about that. You are so right about that. It's crazy. Well, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Oh, real quick. Did y'all see Donald Trump today? They said Donald Trump looked like he had a stroke today.
Yeah, he looked like he finished. We got to stand down here. Oh man, some of the sisters say, man, you ought to stop trying. You finished. I mean, he looked finished. Or from the video game, finish him. I mean, that's it. He looked.
No, you didn't say that.
One side of his. Yeah. Well, in a good sense. I got to watch what I say on your show. Yeah, you're right. He looked like he was wearing a half mask. One face was droopy and the other face was like, wow, I'm here. So I don't know.
Yeah, he did look kind of rough. Yeah, he did look kind of rough.
He is sick, and that's why when we opened the show, we was talking about whether or not in the future who's running things. Because I mean, the scary part, we got another idiot behind him. A little twerp idiot, J.D. Vance, who doesn't know which direction he want to go. And you got the scary Stephen Miller, who want to be Nazi, dress up like Joseph Goebbels, and he actually looks like he could fit into the Nazi agenda. And so we got to deal with those things, and we just hope we got some good people with good intentions in the future.
Okay, now they're saying it was altered. That this was you guys, if you see it on the
everything is altered.
It says some online sleuth took things even further, claiming a video Trump posted shortly after the right-wing icon, call him an icon, Charlie Kirk, was shot and killed at the Utah Valley. Come on, stop. At the Utah Valley University speaking engagement was digitally
the mainstream media showed those pictures. He did look like they were describing. So they always could claim something altered, and then they go alter something when it's not the other opposite way. That's what I mean. I'm talking about that administration. They will alter something to look good, but they'll never tell the truth on what's really going on.
But I think, and I told people too, when I saw that, I said, you guys understand he got a body double. If he looked healthy on one picture, that's because they used his body double. They all have body doubles. That was already established when Obama was in office, that they all have body doubles. Okay, now
right.
This right here, they saying it looks like a stroke. The way his mouth is, I don't think that's AI generated. I don't think that.
No,
because there's a certain way AI does that. I'm not saying AI is not perfect, but that's not AI.
Yeah, well, the mainstream media, maybe only for references on if something would be put out. They don't. The mainstream media won't report the news, but they certainly won't doctor it up to do something like that. So that's why I think that's a real shot, because all the cameras from NBC and CBS was showing the same thing.
Oh, they all said the same thing?
Well, they showed, they didn't discuss it, but they showed the same look on it.
Okay.
Because you know, the mainstream not going to say he had a stroke. Oh no, you know, he just got getting billions of signing over millions of dollars to CBS and ABC anyway. So
they can't just outright say it. Yeah, because he'll accuse. Oh, you're accusing me of having a stroke.
Well, he already ran a game on him anyway with the lawyers and stuff like that. So they caved in. So the mainstream media is finished. The FCC is another operation of the Nazis and stuff. So that's what I call it.
I hope that I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hope he don't do the whole full 4 years. I really do.
Well, let's say the divine intervention always comes through when you don't think it will come through.
Exactly.
There must be something good in the universe besides the UFO we just saw.
It's got to be, or maybe he needs to do the whole 4, and America does what it has to do. Maybe it's time for America to collapse.
And he becomes a real enlightened Christian.
Huh?
And he becomes if he do the 4 years, and the miracle would be he becomes a real enlightened Christian, meaning he be enlightened to the point that he understand that he shouldn't be doing bad, because every depiction in Southport got him with the devil.
Yeah, he sure do. They do. So yes, they got him with the devil.
Some more crazy stuff. And I say Nat might say, well, we got to get off of this stuff.
Nat is gone already.
Didn't South Park just did a parody of Charlie Kirk, the last episode that was popular?
Yeah, but I thought they pulled it. Hold up. I thought they pulled it down.
Yeah, but they did it. They did it already. So I mean, people record that stuff. That stuff stays in infamy on the internet.
Hold up.
I got it on my page. So somebody said he got roasted on South Park, and he gonna get roasted down there. I mean, where's down there?
No, they didn't say that. Okay, I found it. Hold up. Before you go, you shouldn't have said nothing. You kept on talking, doggone it.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold up, I found it. No, that's all right. I'm just messing with you.
Trying to make it to
I found it. Hold up, I'm waiting for this commercial to go off before I pull it up.
You got a lot of commercials.
Yes.
I was thinking about going to Hickson Automotive in
Alexandria and buy a car, huh? The way they talk. I don't think you should want that. I think you do better there. Let's see. Here we go. Hold up. Let me turn it up.
The horror on an American campus. Conservative activist, husband and father Charlie Kirk shot and killed during a campus event at Utah Valley University. Just moments ago, Utah Governor Spencer Cox calling this a political assassination, saying authorities do have a person of interest now in custody. Kirk speaking before a crowd of hundreds when the fatal shot was fired. He was known for welcoming heated debates.
Who cares about
Kirk
that?
is dead. The FBI and ATF remain on.
I'm sorry, yeah.
The event in between her classes.
Just one shot straight into Charlie Kirk, and that was it. I was 15 feet away, and it was really hard to wait.
No, I don't care. I wanted to see
Young
the
conservative on campus.
You might have to click that. You might have to click
Martyr
that link
for
under
truth
it.
and freedom.
The
And
link.
there's never been anyone
the
who
link
was
under, right under. Go down the blue link. Right.
Okay.
There, the first one.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. No,
It won't let it play here.
I need to go to your page.
Mine just,
I need to go to your page. Because that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Let me go to your page. They said it said that what's the name did stop it. They pulled the picture. They pulled the what's the name. Oh, they gave in.
yeah, and they were the ones who doing the resistance.
Yeah.
Where
Oh, here it
everybody
goes.
gets in.
Okay. Okay, hold up. Let's see. Okay. But it's not the whole thing. Okay, hold up. Let me see if it no, it get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So it basically said, let me make sure y'all can see it. No, y'all can't see it. So let me pull it in here real quick. Okay. So it says here, let's see if it'll let me get it in there. Okay. It says here, following the killing of Charlie Kirk, Comedy Central will no longer air reruns of a recent South Park episode that made fun of him. The episode remains available to stream on Paramount Plus. It says, titled Got a Nut. The episode premiered on August the 6th and saw the character Clyde Donovan, series co-creator Trey Parker, launch a podcast where he expounds offensive views, saying things like, you can't trust Jews, white people are the underprivileged. Oh, wait a minute. They are the underprivileged and women belong at home. He then sets up a table at South Park Elementary to destroy woke liberal students, inviting his classmates to step forward to a microphone and prove him wrong. Similar to the format of the event at the which Kirk was killed on Wednesday, jealous of Clyde's success, Cartman, also voiced by Parker, fights with Clyde and takes his seat while wearing an outfit and hairstyle clearly meant to imitate Kirk. Later in the episode, Clyde is awarded the Charlie Kirk Award for Young Master Debaters.
And
So,
think
yeah,
about the word master debater is a play
Yeah.
on something.
I know. It's a play on masturbate.
Well,
Yeah.
well, the thing is, Charlie Kirk actually went on his show with some other people and laughed at it. And say that was great. He say he reversed it and looked at it as a when you
A
featured on
compliment.
South Fork in the parody, that means I have arrived. South
Yeah,
Fork.
yes.
So
Yes, I've arrived.
unfortunately, he had the wrong idea in a couple of days down the line. He should have thought of some other things. I would have never been in
Yeah, I saw that.
Utah, probably. Maybe the South Park episode made me think, well, I shouldn't go to Utah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, so that's what took place. They did have an episode of that on South Park, and they just decided not to it was a rerun, and they said they weren't going to show it anymore because of that.
It was pretty funny and sarcastic. I mean, South Park is
Yeah,
mostly about sarcasm anyway. You know.
Yeah. Sarcasm can be a form of flattery. Nope.
Yeah, well, that's what he thinks. That's what Charlie Kirk said in this on a TV show about that.
Yeah, I hope I do this. I will say this. I hope that people are. I want people, if they don't do anything else, is to start researching. And you have a right to believe the way you want to. Nobody's telling you you have to believe the way or take what we're saying as gospel. But I do want you guys to have an open mind.
And that's an example on our show because I'm not saying, sister, and I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
the way we're saying it, I'm saying I'm not a person, even a person like Charlie Kirk. He don't have a right to say what he's saying though, because he's saying something offensive and racist towards people of color or people like myself. So, but we have a right to believe what we want to believe, but I don't think people like him have a right to believe because his end game, you got to look at their end game. The end game is to eliminate us, to disappear us.
To get rid of us. They want to do away with us.
Right.
And that's what we have to pay attention.
That's what all leads up to. Even if it was to say you stay over there, I stay over there. They didn't even preach that part. They preach ending us. Let's end them.
Yeah. And see, the crazy part about you guys, the idea that they want to do that, they do not understand. if they say they get rid of all of us, you think America is not in the process of collapsing now? It will collapse even faster.
Right. Right. Right.
Because people don't realize the power, our energy. On the spiritual level, our energy could collapse. I mean, our energy can collapse America. But you got these Django on chain Stevens out there that helps hold up. No, that's not nice.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Their energy helps hold them up, because if we really tap into our powers, I promise you, on that level, on the energy and on energetic level, if we really tap into our powers, America could go just like that.
Yes.
And people don't get that. They don't understand that. You know, y'all get caught up in all this religious and, I'm just going to give it to God and all that. You are God. Who you giving it to? Because think about it, y'all. We've been in this situation 150 years or more.
Yeah.
Why are we still in the same? Why are we fighting the same thing? Why are we still fighting crime? Why are we still fighting jobs? Why are we still fighting housing? Think about it.
We have misguided reality. I'm gonna put it like that, because you can't lay your hands upon the devil and pray the devil, because the devil is in a realm, if you want to believe along those lines, and your belief system is along the line of religious perspective, Christianity, whatever. You can't lay your hands on the devil and pray for the devil to be good, because the devil would not exist if he wasn't for him being evil. I mean, this is what I saw when I seen him praying for Trump, and Trump is acting out evil.
But who created the devil?
He haven't even been punished for his sins. So what you praying for?
Exactly.
He haven't
but
paid
who created him? But who created him? Who created the devil? That's the question you ask. Who created him?
Yeah.
They are at war with themselves and don't even know it. You're right. That's that. That's right. They're fighting themselves and don't realize it.
Right.
You're so right. Well, you guys, we're getting ready to go shut this down, because I know Brother Jay got a show in the morning.
I mean, you do some 24-hour shows. That show is different.
Yeah, well, I look, we only did 3 hours and 21 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It seemed like 24 hours. I'm sorry.
I want to thank Miss Dixon. I want to thank Fronty, whoever that is, Miss Finley. I want to thank Mr. Turner. I want to thank Miss Battles. I want to thank the real Karen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys got to come back. Y'all got to come back.
Yes.
Come back and hang out with us. We talk about a little bit of everything on here.
Yeah, you really.
This was very good, and it was we got some knowledge out of this stuff that I wanted to say to you guys. A lot of this stuff that we were going through, I didn't know, like right off the bat. Some of the stuff, like I said, comes on my timeline, and I don't always read it, but I kind of save it, because if you don't share it, you can't save it, so it won't come back, or it could come back. So I always share stuff so I can go back and look at it, or I'll send it to other people. But yeah, this was some good information we shared. We know now, kind of look at the overall what's going on, and I'll be honest with you. America, somebody said it earlier, that America is in the form of free falling.
Yeah.
They just haven't hit the bottom yet.
And everything that's out there that seems to be the news and what they deem as the truth is not actually the truth. You got to look deep, like you say, sister, behind the curtain.
Go behind the curtains. Yep, you sure do. And question everything.
Yeah.
Question everything. Whether you get an answer from it or not, question it anyway.
Yes.
All right.
All
so
right.
you guys, I want to say thank you again, Brother Jay. We got to do this again.
Yes.
This was wonderful.
Yes.
And see, usually y'all, I'm invited on his show. I think he's been on one of my shows on AOC. But over here, I don't think have you done the Can We Be Frank show with me before?
Probably under some other things, but not this type of
Oh,
format.
not this one. Because
Yeah.
y'all, let me tell you something. We had all other kind of shows. You
Yeah.
know, we were talking about the adult in the room show.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know if these people be ready for that show now, because that's kind of,
you know, we gonna have to do it, but I love doing it under Avatar. Just put it like that.
yeah, like this. Oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
wonderful.
you won't
Oh, yeah,
see me
I love
blush.
it.
Good. I don't want nobody to see me blush.
Oh, you know, now let me tell y'all something real quick. So now these ideals, these are actually Brother Jay's ideals. Matter of fact, the name of Universal Collective Network, it was Brother Jay's ideal. Me and him sat down and we were brainstorming. We said we need a platform for Black folks to come on and talk freely, where they don't feel like they are not they're being watched or not getting out the information they want. So he came up with the name Universal Collective Network. So then he comes, we talked again, and he said, you know what? Let's do another show. Let's do a show for grown-ups. I said, okay. So he comes up with Adults in the Room. Right. So, okay. So we do Adults in the Room. And this sir over here, he decided to get embarrassed. He was so embarrassed with the conversation.
Like a felon. I fleed like a felon. Too many F's in there, too many F-bombs in there. Fleed like a felon. I don't know if I could say that. Okay, go ahead.
He stopped talking and everything. It wasn't that he was mad or nothing. He was embarrassed. I guess the information got too sensitive for him. So we did it. You know, that show ran for 6 months because that was the trial that we were working on. Yeah. So we ran that show for 6 months. Okay. And it was real good.
To tell the truth is when you have that many sisters can gang up on a brother and went in the room. So unlike myself, Brother Nat knows how to handle it.
Nat was in there.
Knows how to handle it with me. You know, it was all new to me. I thought I was in
oh my God.
But
you came up with the ideal. You came up with the ideal. And so, man, I learned so much on that show. Oh my God, I learned so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at that time everything was coming up roses. Everything was all right. Yeah. Put it like that.
You are so correct. Everything did come up roses. It was a real
sister,
good show.
It's time for me to log off anyway, past my bedtime, you know. Okay.
But yes, that was a good show. But anyway, we might bring it back. We'll have a whole different format and we'll make you comfortable the next time. Okay, Brother Jay. I promise.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. So you have a nice night and you're gonna be on tomorrow. How are we gonna contact you if we want to listen to your other shows?
What you can reach me through the Facebook page at Brother J, and you know my government name, or you can reach me at the Open Line Radio at gmail.com. openlineradio@gmail.com.
Gotcha. Okay. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. This was great. I had fun. I enjoyed it. You guys, I hope you did too. You guys have a great night and good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.